Yes, we made it. Let's go.
Let's go to boys.
We're praying for the first and only time that Pro Clubs was gonna mess up, and it looks like they're gonna get in like first time against our wishes. Guys, we are here for the VPG Final Day. It's PC, and it's first v second. The stakes could not be higher. I'm not sure if the fixture list has like managed to go around and form this perfect scenario, but basically first plays second, and it's the last game of the season. And basically, whoever wins the league. Back to Basics are playing Nui, and Back to Basics are a point ahead. So Back to Basics get the title if it's a draw. Any win from look, they're struggling now. Any win from Nui wins them the title. So we've got the French side domino of Back to Basics and the Spaniards from Nui. Talk to me.
Mate, I love
Comfort me.
stuff like this, mate. I love it. Like, it's just it only in football or virtual football where like the stars align for games like this. Who predicts when you do the random fixture list that on the last game of the season you're gonna have first and second play each other with only a point separating them?
Yeah, yeah. I
Only,
mean, don't
only
get me
in
wrong.
virtual football or football.
We could have got it horribly wrong, and they've just kind of managed to move some stuff around, but yeah, this is golden, and again, we are here for it. We are absolutely, and we don't like to see it, but this has actually given us a chance to have a tiny bit of an intro, which I feel like the people at home deserve it, Domino.
A magnitude of this game deserves it. Is this what they're gonna do? That where they all back out and they all jump back in? Do you remember those days, 8 ball, where we're like, right, it's not working. Everyone jump out. Everyone
We,
jump
do you
out.
know
Everyone jump
what?
back in.
We never had issues like this. To be fair,
Oh
like
no, no, no!
what
It was
it's
never
what it's
this
been
bad.
like, what it's been like recently has been nothing short of shambles,
Oh
and it
mate,
pains me to say that because we love pro clubs, but we've been having discussions the last few nights, and it's got to a point where I think the community just kind of accepted that this is not going to get fixed. It's so late in the game cycle that they're like, right, well, we could concentrate all our time on this new thing, or we can try and get this old thing, which we've not really had much interest in since day dot anyway.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And obviously with sorry, I'm just trying to tweet this link back. Obviously with EA and FIFA's relationship at the moment being an all-time low, quite clearly they're not going to do anything to help each other out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, mate. Like as you said, it's run to the final bit to the game cycle. You're gonna look for risk and reward if you're any programmer and things like that. What's your reward doing this when you could be working on something that is going to be unreal in the future? But let's pray that we get a game on our hands at the minute, and let's go back to the game instead of talking about the negativities on pro clubs. You big negative Nelly.
I can't help it. I can't help it. I mean,
So what I
we
want to
did manage.
talk.
I was gonna say we did manage to get a video out this week of people playing pro clubs, which is more than we can ever hope for.
Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus on that one. But what I was going to say, back to the virtual football world, in this position, 8 ball, would you prefer to be the
Ooh, I
ones
like this.
in pole position, title winning position, back to basics when you only need a draw to win it in that mentality? Or would you rather be the person chasing that final win because you know that you're the underdogs? Your mentality, what is your preference?
I think a lot of it depends on the team I'm in, and I know that's a bit of a cop out answer, and it is a cop out answer. I'll be
It is,
100% with you,
yeah.
but it's if I've got a team of absolute winners, then I'd rather genuinely be the team in second place, and it's so we don't feel like we need to sit back. I would rather go out and win the game, first or second. I'd rather go out and win the game. However, if you don't manage to win the game and a draw, imagine losing the title on a draw.
Yeah.
Adnan Zata, we only watching Prem teams. My bro, it's PC VPG. There are only 2 teams left to play this season, my friend. And they are 2 Prem teams. We've got games after this. We've got the Champions League and the Europa League after this. Both VPG, both PC. And they consist of, I think it's 6 Premier League teams and 4, I can't do the maths, 2, 3, 4. There's at least 3, so 5 and 3 championship teams. But we are underway, and this is the title decider. Domino, I don't know if Back to Basics are in the white and black, and it doesn't matter anyway because it skipped.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Nui that they started the game against. So it was another team.
Did they play themselves?
Maybe just to check if it's.
Mate, that's the thing that no. That's one of the glitches that's going around again and again. I don't want to be negative about this, but that is one of the glitches that's going around. I've seen it several times where you jump into a game and you just play yourself. Answers on a postcard, please.
Mate,
but
do you know what? Like, and none of the pro clubs ever had this, but I just jumped in like a drop-ins when I was waiting for like a team to jump on. So I was like, I'll play 1 or 2 drop-ins, and the opposition. And then we played it at the first game, and the opposition striker was put on our team, and we got into the game, and we were like, "Who's like?" He was put in CM. I was like, "Mate, we started the game with like 6 people. Who's playing CM with me?" Because I was there was no one playing CM with me. It was like, and everyone in the chat's like, "Who is this guy?"
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, he picked up the ball and just kept trying to drive it into our own goal. We're like, mate, that's the other team's player. Like, how have you been able to do that?
I mean, don't get me wrong. At the moment, I only really care about this whole friendly situation.
Oh yeah.
Because obviously, that's the nature of what we do. But when we drop in and play small mans, yes, it's annoying. But with just the 2 of us, it's not too bad. Like, we can have a bit of a gossip, a bit of a chat and whatnot. When there's 22 players trying to get on, there's nothing more frustrating than this. And to be fair, there are workarounds for this going around the community at the moment, and it doesn't look like these guys know what that is. There's like a set of like 4 or 5 instructions to follow, and one of them is like starting a new team, and whilst that's dead annoying, it does work. There were tournaments yesterday that went all the way through.
Okay.
So it does work. I mean, someone's popped out to do XYZ. Hopefully, it's a magic bullet. But I guess we'll live to see, huh? I don't think he's got any sound on this. I'm hoping he's got like the stadium noises because that'd be quite cool to put on the stream.
Nice.
But we wait. Do you know what, Dominic? I like that they've all got B2B in their name as
Mate,
well.
I was about to say that. You were rambling on, and I was like, I'm waiting for my opportunity to tell you that I actually well rate the idea that they've all got B2B in their names.
First things first. I don't ramble.
You're talking full points.
Full 7-8 points. Secondly, now going to be more to the point. That's camaraderie for you, Dom. I don't think we've ever experienced that level of camaraderie, but also I do believe that kind of level of camaraderie comes with being really good at pro clubs, which hate to break it to you, mate. I'm not very good.
We're not. I can't have B2B in my name.
Don't know. We're just back to basic rather than back to basic. Oh, sad times. But yeah, unfortunately, if you've just tuned in, we are waiting for this final game of the season, and they are persevering. And whilst they are persevering, I'm just going to quickly show you, not fraternity, no offense, Do you know what? You know when you have it up ready to go. Back to basics and Nui here. 75 and 74 points. We're not missing anything. 75, 74 points. Same amount of wins. It's Domino. It's one draw. Could you imagine losing the title on one draw?
It's just the way the league plays out in these kind of situations. No, I can't. I think it broke my heart when United, I'm a United fan, please don't leave the channel. We lost the on goal difference one year. And I was just like, well, that's the most pointless thing. Who imagine losing on goal difference the title? Makes no
And
sense.
interestingly, Nui have got a better goal difference. Not that it can come down to goal difference, but it's even worse, especially if you lose it by 1 point, knowing you've got a superior goal difference as well. And if they were on the same amount of points going into this game as well, they would like need the swing for it as well. It's just little things like that, mate. Little things like that. Still searching for that game.
It does look like we're struggling to find the game here, which is it's a concern, but I'm always glass half full kind of guy, and now it's getting a little bit emptier. But
the thing is, we've got a lot of games to get through tonight, Domino.
We do,
so...
but I was really, really excited for this one just because stars aligned. Where first place, second in the last. Well, you never get like a League Cup game, and it's a League Cup game. This is
It basically is, yeah. I like we said, I don't know if VPG have managed to kind of set this up or move the schedule around or whatever. We're gonna go with the stars align, and it's happening. It just needs to actually get through the server, and it's doable. We watched quite a lot of pro clubs last night. It is doable, but yeah, like we said, I genuinely think EA are done with this game. With everything that's been going on, the infamous split, infamous bad blood, I say you can't blame them. You can blame them unless they're watching and want a sponsor or something. Then don't blame you guys. You guys are awesome.
I love you, EA.
But if you're making a brand new game that's supposed to be coming out in what, a month's time, surely you're focusing on that more, right?
Yeah. You're not. This game is now old news to them. They've washed their hands with it. The problems are the problems, and the problems will persist. There'll be no fixes. There will be no glitch bug fixes. It's just going to be, this is what we're going to be accustomed to the final days of FIFA 23 until the new one comes out, which is unfortunate. But I can't see there being any real. I don't know if they're searching just for a normal match though. I think they were just searching for a normal match to see if they can. Because I think they changed it away from. I think they changed it away from friendly just to see if they can actually connect to a normal match with 11 of them in.
Yeah.
So I think they'll just get onto this game and then back out. I would imagine so, unless they want to do a quick friendly before the game starts. But we're here, we're live. I'll commentate on a friendly, mate. I'll commentate on anything. Just play me some football. Let me talk about it.
We've got Moral in the chat, says back to basics player, and the match will be broadcast on the Team Nui Twitch channel. Let's go. We already got it set up. That is the one and only time that will ever be organized. Thank you though, Moral. I appreciate
Moral. Moral, what a guy. Who's that? But I'm a big fan of Moral.
You may have saved the day.
Yeah, what a G. And I'm disappointed that Nui only has 1, 2, 3, 4 players with Nui in their title.
Does that mean you're rooting for back to basics?
Mate, they've got a good ethos.
I know there's a lot, obviously it goes without saying, but I've noticed a lot of hype in the last couple of days for these two teams, and obviously this game, because it speaks for itself. Last game of the season, first v second, the two best teams on paper, clearly. But I feel like socials have been they're really like ready for this tonight, so it would be an absolute kind of L, the kids are saying now, L Domino, if they don't get it done.
What's the kid saying, an L? What's that?
For loss.
Oh no, okay. I thought you said that in a context
God.
of winning, and I was like, I know what the L is. Yeah, I get I was like, yeah,
You're
okay.
younger than me, Domino. You should know what the kids are saying right now.
Yes, I am. Thanks for repeating it.
Yes, you are a child. Right.
Here we go.
I feel like this is going to be it.
Yeah,
Has
yeah,
to be it.
comfortably.
Three. Was this 3-5-2 Domino? Do you know what? I
Yeah,
didn't. Did
it's
you get the back to basics as well? Is that 3-5-2?
3-5-2, mate. Yeah, yeah, 3-5-2.
Nice, nice. Here we go. So it is literally going to be who's got the best team. I'm going to assume that silence means you agree.
I feel hot. I was just waiting for it. Just waiting for a connection there, which we didn't get.
I feel like you're more nervous for the actual game getting going than the actual game itself.
I think everyone is.
Yeah, to be fair. So if these jump on, no, they're just leaving the lobby and coming out.
Yeah.
So anyone watching, I guess now we've got back to basics players in here potentially. Anyone watching, the workaround that people were using yesterday to get over friendlies was to change your preferred location to, I think it was Southern Europe, to make a brand new team, and both teams need to do this. Make a brand new team and then have no any and no roles either.
No any and no roles.
No any and no roles.
Fair.
And I'm going to say 90% of the time it worked.
Fair.
As opposed to what we've got going on now. So I'm not, I'm not going to sit here and say you need to do this, you need to do that. But if that helps, I don't know.
Well, I'm here until they start a game, so
we're not going anywhere, regardless of what goes on.
I'm gonna have to shout to my missus to get me a cup of tea and stuff, mate. Like it's gonna have to happen. I'm gonna sit here and wait for this one.
Yeah, we'll stream whatever. We don't mind. We're here for a long time, not a good time.
I mean, I was tempted to bring a beer on channel and just sit having a couple of cold ones, but it's very unprofessional. Abel, we've got a job to do.
I feel like if we don't have one now, we're probably going to have a beer by the end of this because the delays will lead us to alcoholism.
Oh, mate, Lobby Simulator led me to alcoholism in our first run of playing competitive pro clubs. Lobby Simulator for me, it killed all my motivation for Jesus. That was madness. Here we go. Let's go. FIFA gods. What are we saying?
Please. Oh. Let's go.
Hands in prayer motion, son, and we are live.
Let's go, Socko. Someone's made something happen, Domino, and whoever
that was me, mate. You see that? I prayed to God, my hands were up and everything.
Yeah, other than like, I meant someone actually genuinely did something, not made up.
Right, 8-Ball, run us through. Back to basics. Where are they from?
Back to basics are French side and Nui, who are in the black.
In the black, yeah.
Are from Spain. Oh, Nui, don't scare me like that. I thought he was lagged out. Right, everything looks good. We're good to go. We're not going to talk about lagging out. Not going to talk about no crashes, no servers. He's holding the ball in one hand, though, which put me off. And we're good to go, Domino. It's good to be back. It's good to get this game underway. Ignore the lag spikes. We are playing some pro clubs. VPG, PC, Premier League, first versus second. Winner takes all. Let's go.
Stuff dreams are made for. Great cut.
And really helpfully, all of Back to Basics have got their names hovering over their head, which is helpful. If you're just logging in, you need to know who the two teams are. Back to Basics in the white and Nui in the black as Johnny Walker heads clear. First possible attack of the game for Back to Basics. Big fan of Juicy.
Yes, yeah, what player and Beast.
Beast, mate, don't get me started on Beast. Or look at that tussling centre mid. These two teams, I'm sure there's no love lost between them. whilst I'm not going to sit here and try and build up some make-believe beef, like, come on, surely there must be rivals, right?
You can't go first and second all this time, and that's a great block. That is a great block. Can't go first and second all this time and not hold a grudge against the team you're trying to chase or the team that's nipping at your heels. So you've
Nope.
got to know there's some professional rivalry. Let's say the keeper looks quite small, and I don't know if it's just the screen, but the keeper does look vertically challenged. But there's no problem with him
post,
catching
yeah,
that.
that front post flick on, which is a pro club's favourite, swept up nicely by the goalkeeper, regardless of size.
Good distribution and good header out onto the left-hand side.
Good win as well. And I can't be sure about the height restrictions here. I can't see any man mountains, Domino. So
No.
let's assume there are restrictions. Usual VPG restrictions apply, aka no 6'6" strikers or any other 6'6" wingers, maybe.
Yeah.
No absolute beasts.
Now, I like this at the back here from Back to Basics. They're composed. They're looking to play it out through the channels, and they're allowed to get out there. It was good inception. They've got the ball back. He tries to flick inside, hasn't got it, but they've recycled it nicely to this back four here. And let's see what Nui has in defensive position. They've chose to go long.
That's a ball as well. He's managed to find a teammate though. It is on the edge of the box. Nath gets in there. Maybe a touch of nerves there. Clears it out of play. Maybe had a time to take a couple more touches. But what I was going to say, Domino, is both of these two teams at the moment just oozing class. Like no one's scared to put their foot on the ball. Like even on the edge of the box here. Nath clears it again, but it's gone back, given away. And now BTB have a chance to break. Rev over on this left-hand side, trying to egg that man to come and get him. He's managed to get it into the box. Joker does well because that flip-flat looked dangerous.
Yeah, and I like what he done there. I mean, it's the early minutes of the game. You're 20 minutes in. Ball was dropping down from height. He decided to get it out. He could have looked for a teammate, but he's playing cautious, and I expect it to be that way. But when we say cautious, no one's nervous. It is cautious. No one is nervous on the ball here that I can see, and they're still trying.
That knockdown, Domino. This is the difference in play. Because if that's me, I'm spamming circle. He's knocked it down to a teammate there, and that was so close to dropping down. A little bit more meat on that pass there. New one here. I like that. Gone short then to the front post. Grande Scaro. Such good play. Cuts back inside. 1-3-7. Waits for men to get forward. Passo would look to be luring that man in. He's done it. He's got past him. Is there a cross in the offering? It's gone, tried to go along the floor. He's still got it though. Rewarded for a bit of space in the box. Turns, shoots, goal. Oh! The goalkeeper there with his best David De Gea impression went with the feet. But again, it's the pro club's eyes. He's gone near post. And
watch this. It's the man over here. It's the man over on the left-hand side that moved the defense across. Because that was the open pass. He turned, cut back inside. And if I was the keeper, I'd expect it to go out on that right-hand side, on the left-hand side, sorry.
Yeah.
And it didn't. And I didn't think the keeper's position was bad. It was just a well-crafted, well-timed shot.
Yeah.
Deserved goal. I'd say it's been an even Stevens kind of game. And the goal goes to Back to Basics, the current champions. And it's all for Nui to do now.
Yeah, so that puts Back to Basics 4 points ahead in terms of the league right now. Swung in, dealt with well by Az. That puts Back to Basics 4 points ahead. So basically what that does is it means Nui now, instead of needing 1 goal, they need 2 goals and they can't concede again. So all to play for. Nui, I mean, if you're Nui manager now, Domo, if you're skipper, what are you saying? Are you letting the boys play their football, or are you trying to calm them down, or in behind? Good knockback.
Yeah, what I'd be telling my players, I'd be the voice of reason, the voice of calm. I'd have been like, look, we're 1-0 down. We've got time left on the clock. We've not been outplayed here. It was just a good attack. Keep our heads. Let's keep this at this scoreline or go and get one before halftime. But my main thought process in galvanizing my team is to not let this get out of hand and the game out of reach in this first half. You want to keep it even going into the second half and build the pressure that way. So Their main job here is to really not concede one more. And if you can score, great. But I think the main point of call is not conceding that second.
Yeah, and they look very, very capable, as we get a cheeky advert. They look very capable of, crafting something out. It's just whether or not they've got the players who have got the bottle to do it if the chance comes.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's what separates these good players from quality, match league winning players. But at the moment, I'd say both teams look pretty well matched.
Yeah.
You can see the quality oozing out of both sides, and right now, I feel like it could go any way at all. Or that being said, back to basics again. A lot of joy on this right hand side. I think that's Peso again,
It was.
just failing inside. And it looks like we're going to get all the way to half time at just the 1-0. So I think back to basics will be happy with that first half. I mean, judging by the stats there, it looks as though they've kept them pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Maybe not the whole story, but I think back to basics are pretty good value for that 1-0 at the moment, Domino.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the FIFA stats there, and they've enjoyed at least 60+% possession off the ball. And I think, yeah, if you look at it as a half on a whole, they mounted the more offensive chances, and they probably look like the more dangerous team going forward.
Yeah.
Whereas Nui's build up play and their composure and their passing ability, they were absolutely fine. They just need that extra bit going forward. And we say a lot on this channel about that extra bit going forward, but they need to, again, change things up slightly and maybe not look over the top so early, so often, and use that slow build-up play. Now, this Passo guy, people are scared to go towards him because he's causing all sorts of difficulty. After the first attack, where he's beat 3 or 4 players, on the second attack, people just didn't want to go like man for man and didn't want to press him too much because he's got a little bit too much.
Yeah, he's got sauce on him. They need to be careful, but also they need to start trying to mount their own attacks as well. So perhaps back to basics have got them right where they want them, really. Cut out by Beast. Channel favorite. Zacco gets dispossessed, but it's given straight back to Suarez, who's having a good game. Finds Twister Bon. Is that a corner? Yeah, it is a corner.
Yes.
Let's see what Nui can do with the set piece. Is it going near post, Domino? Is good header from Atsu. Very good header. Straight back in the mixer.
Try and find the centre half on that side.
Passo on defensive duties. Beast has played it to the man on the floor. So that means Suarez picks it back up. Oh, that's a good knockdown. He's managed to get it away from the volley. Beast sweeps up, making amends. Back post.
Centre half still there. Centre half still in there, causing trouble.
Oh, they are.
Centre half needs to get back.
They are knocking on the door. It doesn't look like Az is in any rush to play this. Bullets it up, but flicked into no man's land there. And go on, Domino.
I wouldn't say desperate, but that was the attack there was a sustained attack, and both centre halves stayed up for that attack for the full duration of the attack. Not one of them got back, but they actually caused danger by one of them was putting the ball in the box. It was trying to knock it down or flick it on.
Yeah, so, that overload, Domino. It's and plus with the taller players at centre back as well, they were winning a lot of headers in that danger area.
Yeah.
And it's a case of now are back to basics going to leave players up to try and catch them on the counter attack, or are they just going to say nope? Let's get back. Let's soak up this pressure. Because at the moment they've just got the 2 up, which leads to things like this. I mean, picking up scraps, fine, but the more players they bring back, the more it's just going to come flying back at them, and that seems to be the case at the moment. But it's a good watch. It's a good watch.
Yeah.
Pasto again. He's dying to get this man of the match. Scaro again, another beast, another shoe in for or a shout for man of the match. They're just back to basics. They're just repelling everything Nui are throwing at them at the moment. Passo with that cheeky ball down the line. So that was unlucky from Scary. Made his own space, but back to basics. Keep the ball. We have got just over 20 virtual minutes left, Domino. And this won't bother back to basics whatsoever at all. If they want a stop start game here, I'm sure that's absolutely fine by them. And don't forget, Nui need 2 goals, not 1, 2 goals. And there's space for Zako over here on this left hand side. Good little step over, takes it to the byline. Just Domino.
Smart play from the keeper there. Smart play, ran to the byline. The keeper actually picked up the man in the box. There's no one else.
Ooh.
And that was very unlucky from the keeper. A little bit of nerves, maybe.
It's because you said something kind about him. That's how it usually works on this channel. I think by getting to the byline, you almost telegraph what you're going to do. And if he's going to cross it from there, I think it needs to be that drilled cross. Unless you're going to leave those 2 big, tall centre-backs up again. Which I don't think would be a bad tactic at the moment because it's the most dangerous they've looked as they look dangerous, he says. But Nui get another corner, 18 minutes left.
Look like they're going to go front post here, and you got a centre half in the grey running in. So let's look at this to go. He just got the corner wrong there, just miscommunication.
And they've left men up as well. It's a brave tactic. I mean, technically they are the 2 goals to the good, so why wouldn't you? You can afford to lose a goal at this point in terms of the league title. Beast keeping the ball nicely. I think we're going to start to see a bit of possession based.
Bit of game management here from back to basics.
Let's say, game management is the more polite way of saying it. But you would, 100% you would. I would.
Yeah.
And if my team didn't do it, I'd be annoyed.
Each man's taking an extra touch on the ball, one more than they shouldn't, but that's just I wouldn't say run down the clock. It's just to slow it down. And that for me is a bit of frustration. That's all that was. The tackle was never there to be won. You need a goal, and people are dawdling on the ball. It's just frustration, pure frustration taken out there. But you've given them in an advantageous position where they look like they're going to go short and just kind of hold possession.
And this is kind of what I was saying before the game, Domino. It's great fizzer.
That's not a bad ball. That is not a bad ball.
In there. To do that on FIFA is quite difficult as well because usually it's so kind of fixed onto what's going on. So to be able to whip that in, very nice ball, but they don't get anything for it. Last 10 minutes, Zako on the edge of the box, Twister, BCN, blocked by Rev, Suarez, who's also having a good game for Nui. Silva swings it in, repelled by Atsu, and a big header as well, knocked down. And the striker, the centre forward for B2B is so clever. The amount of knockdowns he's won for his team. He'll probably on FIFA, he'll probably get a 6.7 or something stupid like that. But what he's done for his team has been nothing short of phenomenal today.
Excellent tackle.
Very selfless play. Silva, good touch to Suarez. Yeah, again, it's just that B2B back line. Gobbling up any attacks from Nui. Bit of space. Cuts back. One too many, maybe. Yeah, perhaps so. And it's 4 minutes left to get 2 goals, Domino. Stranger things have happened.
Yep.
Balsan's got it.
Oh, good just one too many, maybe. One too many. Eye the needle pass there.
Can they make this? He's heading for the corner flag. The chance of Nui scoring 2 here, yeah, I would work it in. Let's work it in. Good header out by Joker, actually. And B2B, fair play to them. Still pressing on, still trying to get another goal. It's straight up from Nui. Good flick on. Jan gets it. Anywhere will do. Have it. And yeah,
I think they've got the last chance there.
Boys in. Oh, I think they gave the offside, but didn't give the offside. There's no way they're calling it there. And speaking of calling it there, Domino, that is the PC VPG Premier title to the Frenchman. Back to basics.
Back to basics. They look composed all game, and knew you were in the game. Now, don't get me wrong, knew you were in the game, but back to basics. The word that I used for them, they just looked comfortable,
Yeah.
like Rolls Royce motion comfortable. They were
Yeah.
just, they didn't look panicked by any of the offensive work knew we were causing them. They looked composed when they went forward, and you can see why they were they were top of the league there, because they showed why they were top of the league, and that they made that game look like why they were top of the league and the other team was second trying to chase them, because that's
Yeah.
what was in the game. That's what emulated in that game.
And that's what happens when you get that first goal in a grudge clutch match like that. That's the power of that first goal, Domino. They've got the freedom to kind of sit back and invite Nui onto them, and I think, to be honest, that just played completely and utterly into their hands. That I think that's their kind of preferred style of playing.
Yeah, and
Claim our
we can
point.
say it so many times. It's just how once you get that goal, it's such, especially the top of the league, knowing that you're the better team than them over the overall games that you've played. Not by much, but you are the better team.
Yeah,
Scoring that first goal cements it in your head, and that's when you can kind of not relax, should I say, but you can take a breath and be like, yes, we are where we are for a reason. And they proved that in the game. Nui, it was unlucky that they couldn't mount anything that scared back to basics. And 8 Ball, it's hard to say because we never want to give shade on this channel, but if you were the manager of Louis, would you be upset with the lack of chances they had or the lack of quality they had going forward, if that's the right word to say?
yes and no. I'd be disappointed because that was the result at the end of the day. Like that happened. But also to get there anyway towards the end of the season, it's
Absolutely.
literally what, I mean, how long's a game of pro clubs? Like 10, 15 minutes tops. Once the ball's
Yeah.
gone out of play 20 times. The amount you're actually playing, that's what I do. I must admit, I do prefer the two-legged stuff, which, if you're just tuning in, hello, and we've got two-legged games going on now. So it's the Champions League and it's the Europa League, both on PC, both VPG. We've got some good stuff going on, and these games tonight are for a place in the Champions League and Europa League final.
Big
So
fan.
yeah, nothing. These guys have gone offline. I think this is going to be. Apparently, not back to basics. I'm just trying to work out who all the teams are. I don't know if I'm honest.
All good,
We've
buddy.
got
We're here.
Nui have gone. Although I'm quite sure they've got a Champions League game, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Be humble. Let's go for be humble. Here we go. I knew they wouldn't let me down. So we've got going through the schedule for tonight. Be humble against Lynx, which is Italy versus Spain. Love it. Champions League final. We've got time to have a look at the league table. Got Be Humble in 6th place. And Lynx, I do believe, Domino, are top of the championship.
Oh,
Yeah,
sick.
top of the championship. So we've got 6th in the Prem, plays 1st in the championship. And there is the invite. I'm assuming this is game number 1. Because I
And this is
think
the
they were.
semis.
And this is the semi-final, yeah. So this is two-legged. So we'll be around for both legs. And on the other side here, I'm trying to be humble. This is so yeah. We've got Be Humble and Links. We've got two of the same streams for the same game, Domino. We can flick between them and get different contrasting views on each side. But no idea where Nui have gone. Of course, Nui are there. So our two Champions League games, Nui versus Juventus. And then on our other channel, trying to get into the game. So we'll keep checking on that one. We've got Be Humble against Lynx 4K. And we are tuning in now to, I'll make this big screen. We're tuning in now to runners up, Domino.
Ah.
Runners up, Nui. Back
Now,
try and pick themselves up.
I mean, we're watching all this live. Nui have just come off a huge defeat.
Yep.
Their confidence must be low. Is it, again, just for you? Oh, he's doing bits across. That's a good cross. That's unlucky. For you as a player, would you prefer to jump straight into the game just because you can get it out your head? You can get that loss out your head. You're back on the game. Let's get back in the win column. Or would you prefer to take some time and be like, let it digest before you play? What's your feelings?
No, there's for me, there's no point sitting and dwelling on it. The worst thing in pro clubs, competitive pro clubs, is when you get beat and then you have to wait. You know, if you get beat on a Thursday night, knowing fine well you have to wait till Monday to rectify that. I used to hate it. You know,
Yeah.
if you give me 3 games on a Thursday night, I'd rather lose the first 2 and win the last one just so you get that feel good, rather than, you know, win the first 2 and lose the last one, because you're always stuck with that. You know, you've got to go into school or work the next day on the back of a defeat, and it's a killer. So for Nui,
Ooh.
I think they
Love
just
that,
want to get
Megs.
straight into it and kind of right those wrongs. Don't wrong those rights, guys. Right those wrongs.
Oh yeah, well, I'm the same as you. It'd be the exact same. I'd always prefer jumping straight back into the game and be like, look, I can worry about that defeat later on, but we've got a job to do here. It's the only thing if you've got, again, you've got 11 individual bodies there, 11 individual emotions. It depends if there's no harmony in the team after the loss and how everyone's taking it. Then you can have an unsettled team going into this game, which is not really feasible. Hopefully, they're
Yeah.
back all on the same page and they're ready to perform in the semi-finals because they got a job to do. And we
Yeah,
switch
boy.
across. And is this Lynx versus Humble?
This is Lynx versus Humble, my friend.
Oh, look at that pitch. No NFL
The
markings.
pitch
My
looks
guys.
nice. However, the server is
See ya.
not. We've got VPG. Good evening, bro. Be Humble used to be on PlayStation, Domino.
Ooh.
So we may well have played against a few of them. I very much doubt it.
We're not that level, mate.
We're not that level.
No, not that level at all, mate.
Interesting to know, yeah. And any tidbits of information, yeah, send them our way. We know
Absolutely.
lots about pro clubs, but also not a lot about pro clubs, if that makes sense. So Juve, we've not really spoke about them, Domino. It's Juve Bucharest from Romania. They are semi-finalists against Nui, runners-up Nui. So, do you think they would have tried to catch that stream, Domino? See what they're up against?
Yeah, I mean, if me and you were managing, then 100% we'd be like, boys, get in the lobby because we've obviously got the semi-finals of the. Is this the Champions League?
Yep.
Yeah, the semi-finals of the Champions League. Me and you would jump in the stream and watch that. We might not want our players to watch. If they want to watch, it's fine. But me and you, as manager and co, 100% would have watched it just to get a little bit of insight on, one, if they lost, happy days for us, and two, just how they're playing at the minute and what form they're in and what dangers they can cause us.
No, I
So
agree.
I would imagine.
Do you know what? I think I'd almost put it as a stipulation if I was a manager, Domino.
Okay.
I'd say get on 15 minutes before. We'll all sit in a lobby and we'll all watch it together. And
Yeah.
again, it's just for that team camaraderie. Have a little look, see who on this Nui team's doing what. And you know, it's 15 minutes at the end of the day. Sit and
Yeah.
watch it, chill out, see what you're up against. And you know, it's the first time we've seen this Nui team, and we could probably pick out what they're good at, what needs work,
Yeah.
and that's just from 15 minutes of watching them. Don't get me wrong, we couldn't do anything about it, but we could spot where those points are. And if you know, it's a big deal. It's a Champions League semi-final, VPG PC. If you just joined us, hello. There is another game running alongside this, which is probably around about half time now. which we'll flip back over to once this game gets to half time. But Cristiano has broken through. Oh my god, what a save that is! 1-on-1 with the eyes. Suarez sweeping up nicely. Twister as well. Domino, talk to me about that save, boy.
8-ball, excellent, excellent. Now he's just conceded a goal. We're going to keep talking about the game, but he's just conceded a goal in the final of the league. And it's probably the only save he had to make, and he didn't. That one is his team gave away the ball. He was 1-on-1. Pro clubs we'll call it the pro club side because it's not the natural side you'd go. Stood tall, made the save. Not only did he make the save, but he got it out off the danger area with people going around. If you're the keeper there, that's going to give you a sigh of relief and give you some confidence going through in the game. And you're going to tell your team, let's not give the ball away in that middle of the park to danger men.
Again, that would be great.
Not on the last line. I mean, you can try it in the middle of the park, but not on the last line.
Oh, that's right. No, it wasn't at halftime, was it, Domino? These guys got kicked out at the end. Yeah, no.
Maybe we might be able to get. To be fair, I don't wish like lobby simulator on anyone, but if this game could end and then we can jump into that game, happy days for everyone.
And then you've got 4 games in a row. You're welcome.
So just like that.
What were they doing there? It looked like they may have been. They're trying something. They're trying all those hints and tips and tricks we were talking about earlier on. But if you cannot get a game going and you've tried everything else, try the hack from. Look, so they've got rolls. Are they taking them off? No, they're putting them on actually. So the thing that's been working around the community is change your preferred settings to Southern Europe. Both teams create a brand new team, which I appreciate. No, not everyone wants to do. These guys are in Div 2. I can see why they wouldn't want to do that. No any, which again might be against the rules, and no rolls. And I'm going to say 90% of the games I watched yesterday got through first time because of that, or second time because of that.
Oh, we're looking comfortable on this one.
Yeah, boy.
So we're going to go back to the other one to finish that game, or are we going to? Because then we'll catch the second half of this one. What's the feelings, 8-ball? You talk to me of how you'd want to do it.
Domino, I am very relaxed about this whole evening. As long as we see some semi-finalage, I honestly do not mind, my friend.
Nice, I like it. Let's go.
I mean, I think we've watched a lot of Nui.
Yeah.
Everyone seems to be in. And yeah, it's all systems go. So Link's in the yellow. I think that's the Wolves kit.
Mm-hmm.
And Be Humble, previously of PlayStation fame.
There we go.
I'm going to call it the Salmon kit, Domino, of Brighton, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's almost a goal straight from the off that is not being claimed completely. And that would have set this semi-final up nicely. And just like that, it's taken away from us.
I'll see you later, team. Let's go back.
That would have been interesting if they'd scored there. Do you think we missed a goal or something? That would have been interesting.
Maybe quit.
Yeah, you guys are too good. Suarez involved once again. He's looked a very, very classy player this evening, Domino.
Yeah, I mean, this game is over 2 legs, and I'm going to be honest, you can tell this is the first leg. They're very, again, not nervous, very cautious in the attack and defense. I think Nui's defensive structure is excellent. Mm-hmm. And I watched them again against back to basics. They only conceded 1 goal and they had to mount a couple of attacks. Let's just see again. That's really good. The thing is, they don't leave enough cheating. Basically, they don't leave enough men. Oh my! You centre half legend. Let's go cover the keeper. Didn't trust the keeper. Did not trust the keeper or good positioning, either one.
And if you could scrape a 1-0 win here, Domino, would you be taking that into the second leg?
I think he was onside there. Oh, that's very unlucky. He's got a ball back.
It fell nicely to him as well. That's unlucky.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we'll always talk about this on the channel. I'm more cautious-minded. You're more gung-ho. I would take a 0-0 into, as long as I'm not out of the first leg and our team's still in it, I'd always take that. I might even take a 1-0 What 1-0 1-0
1-0
against us.
loss.
Yeah, I might take a 1-0 loss as long as I'm in the second game, and I know we've got to do a job in the second game. My worst fear is being out of the game in the
No,
first leg and playing the second leg where you've got absolutely everything and making it an impossible task. That's where I don't want to be.
no, I agree. Yeah.
What
I
with the
mean,
1-0 loss?
no, definitely not the 1-0 loss, but with
Ooh.
you being out of the game before you've
Mm.
even kicked a ball in that second leg. But then, we've seen some crazy things on pro clubs before. I mean, I feel like that we're spoiled because the last two-legged game we watched was 3-3 in the first game.
With the last minute goal as well. That's mate.
At a last minute goal. No spoilers, but yeah, go and watch that after this. So I think any game is gonna struggle to match that, Domino. Let's be honest. And with the delay on the other game, I mean, I'm just gonna quickly switch over. I do want to watch the last 15 minutes of this.
Yeah.
With the delay to that game, yeah, they're in and they're 5 minutes in. So let's finish this game off.
No,
We'll
absolutely.
head on over, and yeah, we might be able to get the majority of 2 full semi-finals, Champions League, PC, VPG. It's just, what more can you want on a
Stars
Wednesday
align, my
night?
friend.
Like
Stars align.
It's a Tuesday night. It's not Wednesday. That's wishful thinking. That is. Away Tuesday night, even better. It's even more of a usual depressing night. I mean, Carincha's just going through the whole team here. That super slim build, just absolutely rocketing through everyone here.
Nice. That's
slides it through. Early shot. Why
yeah.
not? Shoot on sight and all that.
Yep.
Headed back to. He's taking a touch. Nice. I like it. Alex Andrews gone long. Good win, and that space out this right-hand side.
We're 2-on-2.
And the man tracking back, so the guy who won the flick on, the man tracking back did so well to hold him off getting into the box. I think that was key there. As the Newey centre-back misses the initial header, swept up nicely in the end, but almost a sighting of goal there. Bausan's got it on the edge of the box, fakes the shot, BCN. Step overs, dinks it, repelled, but they do get the corner. 4 minutes left, Domino. Can they get an advantage going into this?
I've just looked at 2 players drop back in defence. Then they're actually, I think they're going to hold for it. They've decided that, unless it's a tactic where they have the players back there, but 3 players out of that line dropped back to create a back 5 when they had the corner. So I think they might be looking at the cautious side.
I mean,
nerves. What?
Alexandru has done really well there. Can they mount an attack now? Juventus, Bucharest, into this corner. It's almost like a rugby kick into touch, but Newey keep it in. Is any team interested in taking?
That's a great ball. That is a well-timed ball. That's a red card.
So, do we go into the refereeing decision, Domino? We see it too often. You see it too bloody often, and we've missed a goal. It's our worst nightmare. Be humble. I've gone 1-0 up in the semi-final. Yeah, I think Newey were hard done by there, my friend. That delightful little ball over the top, through on goal, gets tripped. The play on symbol comes up, and then they just blow the final whistle. It doesn't sit right at all, does it? Not at all.
And the pass was unreal, and they've got 1 versus 1 here. He's pulling off wide.
Oh, do you know what, Domino? That was so perfectly timed, that attack. That striker running through, the left winger held his run so well. Everything was perfectly timed. Keeper's done well there.
But even the defensive work there was well timed. The player went out well wide, maybe to create the gap for the player running with the ball to go through. He went out as far as he can go before it was point of no return, and then came back in on himself to stop him going through. It was an impossible position for the defender to be in, but what he made of that situation helped them out so much. So great bit of defensive work.
Yeah, I agree. This is what we're used to with VPG. It's high quality attack and defense. This is a team in the Championship or Division 1 and a team in the Premier, there should be a chasm between them, and there just isn't, and that's the beauty of this league. It's just quality players, quality teams, and we are here for it.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
And Pesiano,
robbed.
the cameraman for today, has taken that. X has got it. What can they mount in terms of increasing their lead? Siape's got it. That's a great ball.
Save.
It was either a save. I thought the defender might have headed it over the
Oh,
bar.
okay. Okay.
Either way, it's a corner to Be Humble. Swings it in. Good first win. But Guna gets it clear. What have they got for men up? Not all that much. So they recycle the ball. Seba with the switch. And that was unfortunate for Be Humble. They did have a few players.
Offside,
I can see
I
the
think,
linesman's got his flag up. And yeah, this seems to be a bit more of a higher pace than what we've seen so far this evening, which is good. We like a mixture. Nothing to say that obviously the quality's not there, but a bit more direct, as Lynx are going to get this throw in high up in their attacking third. What can they muster up 10 minutes before half time? Taking their sweet time, trying to make this count. Ball comes in, but is repelled. Kesko's got it. Is the cross on? Anto says no chance. Gunter wins, and Seba with the clearance. Chance to put their foot on the ball, which they do nicely. Building from the back. Right from the back. I don't think he meant to go to the keeper there.
No.
What can they muster up? 5 minutes left.
That was a dangerous ball.
Lost very high up here.
Ball.
And they've got the advantage as well. And the man over is going to cut inside for sure. Yeah. Chance Letter knew that fine well. Knew it. Loses possession though. Getting a bit scrappy here. All it takes is a tiny bit of space, and you know one of these players is gonna at least get a shot off. At the very least. Usually they get punished. It's what happens when you play these high standards. Heist does well though.
Oh, that's great. That's an excellent ball.
I thought that went inside the post there. Another good save though. Another good save from that Be Humble goalkeeper. Goal power header and another good save. He wants this man of the match trophy.
He's gonna get it. Jeez.
Yeah, you'll do well to knock him off this perch. Watch this go in now. Yeah, good. Thank God. As soon as I said that, I was like, "Oh God, it's going to be a goalkeeper error."
Look at the time of making those saves. If anything, can you look and if Be Humble go on to win this game, look at those two saves at the end of that first half in the first leg, because they were big saves. The second one more so.
Yeah, and Nui aren't even in yet, mate. That is what we like to see. Pesiano's on the same game as we are. It's not what we like to see, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It just means we get to watch the stats, which is all good. It surprises me how many poor ratings FIFA gives. It's not a poor game at all, but here we are. FIFA.
No, it's especially like the wing backs, because the right and left midfield don't stay in right and left midfield. They have to sweep round. They have to stay in defensive positions. If people's like, you can't do that. You're supposed to be programmed to here. We will give you a 5.0.
At the maximum.
That's all you can win.
And don't forget, if you have just tuned in, hello first and foremost. This is PC. It's gone all the way back here. PC VPG Champions E-League semi-final leg number 1. We believe, we think it is, isn't it, Domino?
It is leg number 1.
I don't think we've missed anything. We were on the piece.
Oh my man over to the right here. If he wants to use him, he doesn't.
No. I mean, he took the shot early, and big celebrations. He took the shot early is the only thing I'll say there. I feel like the goalkeeper is allowed to make a mistake, because he's been 3 saves. He's been phenomenal so far. So as long as that's it, I would still be happy. One, if I was the goalkeeper, and two, if I was the goalkeeper's manager. But now it's down to be humble to kind of repay the favor for the goalkeeper. There's nothing worse than making a mistake as a goalkeeper and not having to do anything for the rest of the game, because you can't atone for that mistake. It needs to be his teammates that dig him out here.
But let's talk about the excellence of that goal and the
through
quality of
ball
it.
number. Oh,
Mate, it's an outside to inside run. So he's checked the channel on the right hand side and he's split the two.
Domino,
I thought he had it.
We are clipping that goal, because that, I genuinely think, I mean, how many videos we've done on the channel, how many games have we live streamed? I genuinely think that's one of my favorite goals, simply because the football,
that ball out wide.
The football was just phenomenal. It was just pass move, and it was football where the pass is so good, it tells your other teammate what to do. That pass out wide, because he'd already made the run. He was on his way back, played that phenomenal ball out, and then the guy went to cross it in, and the striker was on his way back out, but the cross was so good it found him anyways. 2 times in a row, the football was so good. And it's just, it's great to watch. We'll clip that, because that's a phenomenal goal. I love that. I got a lot of time for that.
Yeah, that is an excellent take. Thinking about it like that, the ball was so good that it made the other players know what to do with it.
Yeah,
class. Yeah, agreed, mate. Fully agreed.
Just because you can't always be on the same wavelength, as nice as it would be, and sometimes you do need to dictate what your teammates do. And there's nothing more. Goon has got that out there nicely, acrobatically as well. There's nothing that helps more, whether or not you're the one who plays it or you're the one who's latching onto it. I thought it was going to get away with that. Nothing better than just being dictated to. This is what we're going to do, so let's go and do it, because it takes away all kind of human error, takes away all kind of indecision. It's like, no, that ball's down the line, so I'm going to go and get it. No, that ball's on my head, so I'm going to head it. And yeah, I wouldn't say the goalkeeper covered himself in glory, but it's a pretty standard kind of goalkeeping animation for that kind of header. So again, be humble now, are almost being humbled, because at half time, I think they were sitting pretty. Goalkeeper was having a worldie, don't get me wrong, but Iraq's good tackle there. And what can Lynx do? They do have a man over on this left-hand side.
And they smell blood here.
Is he going to win the header? No, they both went for volleys. Seskar lumps it in, headed. Yeah, this game, Domino, this has been a very, very good game. Very good game. And Vale did quite well there, because it looked like he was going to go past him. Can they pick that ball out? Pesiano and Petroza on this left-hand side, combining nicely. Bit of space, seemed reluctant to go out to him, so he says, yep, I'll carry on going then. Swings in a dangerous cross. All it needed was a little toe, Domino. It just needed
that was such a good ball that people didn't react to it, because it was so clever and intricate. The ball was unreal there.
We're going to catch the second half of that then, Domino. That was 0-0 in the first game. Correct me if I'm wrong, Domino.
No, in the first game. And we've yet to see Nui score yet. Which is that they will not be happy about.
They will not thank you for that, Domino.
They will not.
Nui hater. We've been nothing but positive about all teams, and to be fair, we always are.
Oh, my rainbow flick into
the face. Oh, Irax, what a block that was, because that was Nestling Sun. The rainbow flick almost deserved it.
So you've got to give me some clips here. You've got to give me some clips. Like, you need to get your score off the rainbow flick. You've done a disservice to your team.
Irax has been an absolute colossus at the back today, and he misses that header. I'm going to stop saying nice things about people, Domino.
Yeah, stop it.
Stop. He will not thank me for that. It remains 2-1. Lynx, having been a goal down at half time, have turned this game around with some quality e-football. Long may that continue into the second leg, which we hope to bring you at least the second half of. As Heist runs down the left wing here. Fakes cutting inside, but Anto, he's lost it back to Jose, which means Heist is free. Laurie's picked his pocket. I mean, that is as good as any save, Domino, because the animation on there was a bit ropey.
No, he had to do it all himself. There's no animation. The keeper just literally had to put
You
his
are
player
right.
there.
You, you are right. It was a great tackle because he was about to pull the trigger, but inadvertently almost put it in his own net. Swung in, headed down. Good collection by the goalkeeper. Callison throws out quick. He telegraphed it, and I'm not sure what that was, but they
Don't think
had
he was off his line. I thought he thought. I think he thought the referee was the keeper.
press. It did often, to be fair. And Lynx leaving men forward here. I didn't know they had a very high press early on there. Good touch by Gunter there. Good bit of composure. And whilst leaving men forward, they are happy just to keep this ball for the last 5 minutes. Petroza wins the ball. We will flit over to the Nui Juve game, which is the second leg of the second semi-final, or the first semi-final. Either one.
April, I don't know if you know this, and I don't want to put you on the spot. If that game ends 0-0, is it penalties on that one? What
I
are we
do
doing?
know the answer to this, but
Oh
not
my
because
god!
I was smart enough and asked. Someone told me. Oh, man, I thought it was going to be a penalty. I thought that was going to be a penalty. Can Be Humble get something here? How is the current meta of pro clubs looking at the moment? Let me put that on so Domino can read it. He knows more about that than me. Swung it at the back post. Short stream. There you go, Domino. Whilst I... Oh, and that's as big a save as any in that first half, Domino. Oh, he's got Akers on this back post. Oh, first and foremost, why didn't he pull the trigger there? And secondly, that was extremely close to a last gasp equalizer. They're not going to get it, he says, as they now start to mount an attack.
Time's gone. They need to look at the clock up here. And
yeah, just pump it. There, he's going to let him take the throw. It's got to
go forward. It's got to be long forward. There we go. Yeah, they know it. They know it's got to go forward.
Attacking third, so they don't blow the whistle.
Yeah, fair play. Goes across to him.
Nicely. Are they going to let him take it? Look, it's
four. Oh my! Okay, here we go.
Oh no! I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm good. This is just us as fans watching the game. I'm sorry for the lack of commentary. Don't let him get it out. Put it back in. Oh, Heist has done fantastically there. He's finally called it. Right, Domino, have a look at the question. If any of the games are of equal score,
GG.
Then it goes into, oh my goodness gracious me. I mean, the chat are loving it, but that's not really what I expected to see, Domino.
No, I didn't expect to go on there and see there was 0-0 in the first 20 minutes when we flicked across to this game with Nui. I feel for you boys. I feel for you boys. But let's see if we could. Was playing with fire.
So yeah, a 2-2 would take us into a third game. Domino. It's not penalties. It's a third game.
Right. Okay.
Same as the Lynx Be Humble. If Be Humble win that 2-1, we go into a third game.
After the third game, and it is a perfect score, an even score. What do we do then?
Fourth game.
Well, we just keep playing.
I think they might call it on the fourth.
Okay. What call who on the fourth? What, a coin toss? What do we do?
It's rock, paper, scissors on stream.
Oh, mate, I have got the worst record at rock, paper, scissors of any human alive. Absolutely not. No, I don't want to get embarrassed here.
Pussy. Right, Domino, there's a question on screen for you which you're not answering.
Sorry, mate.
Genova champion Marzi wants to know, and I feel like you're best placed to answer it.
How is the current meta of pro clubs looking at the minute? I don't know what that question means. April, explain the question.
Is this why you're ignoring it all the time?
No. I actually didn't even look at it. It's not on my channel. I can't see it.
Oh, I thought I'd left it up for both of us. Apparently not. So it's just me hogging all the questions. Current meta of pro clubs, I would assume, means. I mean, you've got meta striker. And we all know what that means. That's Domino's new build video coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, I
Shameless
mean,
plug.
shameless plug. If we're talking about like what the
Great tackle
meta
by
is
Rez.
at the minute, there's a couple of things on pro clubs that are the outliers, should I say, in the game. I'll just see what happens with this
Oh,
corner.
you can't
He
get closer
saved it.
than that.
He saved it onto the bar. Keeper saved it onto the bar, and Nui Knight is going from bad to worse here.
It's just not, when it's not your night, it's not your night.
And
And it's not
players
their night.
and people talk to your boys after this game because there's going to be some absolute head losses here, and we're going to have to get some new PlayStation controllers, I'm guessing, for the Nui boys because, well, like you said, when it's not your night, it's not your night.
No. So, but talk to us about these metas then, Domino.
Yeah, so I would
currently
say
breaking the game?
So the outliers, I would say, in the game is lengthy striker build anywhere over 6'2", 198 on your weight, and having active first touch is probably your most meta striker. I would say one of the things, it's not the meta one, but never play with a cam. Don't put the cam position on any player ever. It just hinders you so much. If a player is playing cam, you're looking to be a left winger, so don't play cam. But I would say in this FIFA,
God, Rez is there again.
One too many, mate.
I don't think Busan did anything wrong there. I thought it was really good. He sent me for hot dogs. Knocked down again to him. It's just that sea of yellow.
And then if you want, instead of the build, the other two meta things,
Meno on the right. Oh,
he couldn't find it
in his locker.
But yeah, the last two meta things, I'd say, well, the couple of things, your ball roll pass to change the angle. It's got some sort of ridiculous. There we go. I thought he was going to ball roll past there. Ball roll in general on this game is OP. Your double step over to boost is massively OP. And probably the biggest OP thing on this game is your outside of the boot shot from outside the box. They nuked it a little bit, but it's still unbelievably accurate from outside the boot foot shots to crosses, actually, both of them. I'd say that are your meta. They are your metas on this pro clubs.
Delightful. That was a very, very nice, concise, and long answer.
And now I know what meta means. So we're all learning here, guys, on this channel.
It's a learning channel.
Shoot!
Not really. Please just shoot. You got nothing to lose, Nui. Please just have a shot. Should have shot.
One of them should have shot. I think there was 4
Here we go.
And he finally shoots.
It's happening. Right. It's happening.
I want to see a third game.
We could just be playing all night, but hasn't VPG limited the heights to 5'11"? Oh, Dominic, you're getting called out, son.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant just a meta in the entire pro club scene. I didn't know you meant.
To be fair, I mean, he didn't specify, so we're all good. And I think that is why they've got them in, Marzi, so you can't break the game.
Yeah, exactly. So that build is definitely the meta, but you'd go back to my second point there is just the skill moves and the outside the boot shot. I'd say whatever we've watched and done, they are the main things that are OP in this game compared to any of the FIFA, the things that are most used commonly. If you want to talk about a meta, an outlier on competitive pro clubs, I'd say formation. I'd say this formation, when they're lined up as 3 at the back, 4 in midfield, 1 in front, and 2 up top, that is the formation. That is the meta here. And go back and look at all of our videos and look at how many teams line up. Absolutely every team that we know line up exactly the same in that formation.
Yeah.
Unless you don't have a place to fill that formation.
I mean, I've been asking you for a while now, Domino, because you know all the skills. Pop a skill video on the channel, because some of the stuff you do sends people for hot dogs, mate. Like, it's just, and again, the stuff like the ball roll into that pass, it's just unplayable. I do generally think that's a meta, and that's something you can do on VPG. That's something you can do without meta builds. I think that's 10 times more valuable than just being a 6'6" striker, in all honesty.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, go back and go. Here goes the. Oh my god! Go. This is what I'm talking about. Get a keeper in.
Oh, mate, the keeper's gonna call it. He's not gonna call it. That's game. That is game. We're gonna mourn Nui's evening, because it's tough to take However, it can't last too long because we've got the second semi-final. Be Humble and Lynx. Lynx are 2-1 up.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, that last game was insane.
Yeah.
It could have gone either way several times. Pesiano's got it. Swings it. That's inviting. That is inviting.
I like that from the keeper though. Don't let it go out of play. You're coming to claim that. I know it was a bit on the byline, but still it's good keeping, and that's what I expect my keeper to do as well. Come out, look positive, block that I went through, but then he kept it in his hands. Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm excited for
Yeah.
this one, mate. I'm excited to see this one because what we did capture the game, I think Be Humble possibly had the more possession and looked dangerous. It was just two absolute brilliant bits of play. One well worked, excellent header, and the second one was the most delightful through ball with the run splitting the centre halves outside to inside. Two just really good goals. But Be Humble,
Yeah.
in my opinion, had the better game for what we saw.
Ooh, I think they had the better first half. I think that's why it's so nicely poised. I think it was a half each. I think a draw would have been
Oh
what a
my god, he's
ball
done it
that is.
again. He's
Here
done
he
it
comes.
again.
Good.
Saves. He just couldn't do anything there. He couldn't do anything there. He couldn't do anything.
3-1 on aggregate. That first save, quality. I don't know what happened to the animation though. I feel like if he'd saved it into it, it maybe would have took it further away.
I need to look at what the player done on the line here and why he's in the goal, because he had to get back on the line there. I don't know. I think you might be ball watching of where that save went, and you kind of then you think you're hovering over that position, but you're not.
Yeah. It's difficult. Do you know what? It's almost like human nature to, because in real life you probably would get on the line and try and block it, whereas in FIFA I always say just go straight to the ball, because FIFA will help you out like that. I've not seen many goal line clearances where someone has a shot and it just hits you.
No.
Ooh, Reina. Good save and held on to it. GG's Nui from Cristiano. That's what we like to see. Striker from Juve. Congratulations, Juve. Into the Champions E-League final. Don't sue us. And yeah, to be fair, mate, we probably forgot to say congratulations to Juve, which we obviously covered Nui in the first one. Disappointing for them, but absolutely hats off to Juve. It probably would have been better if we could catch more of their games.
Yeah.
Maybe in future we try more to stagger these games. Domino, what do you reckon?
Yeah, and
to Mr. VPG as the powers that be. to be fair, I mean, we could stagger them all we want. Whether or not we're going to get through on this system or not, I don't know. But yeah, the more people with eyes on pro clubs, on VPG, on Pro Clubs Weekly, the better, as far as I'm concerned. Get this community. You know, we should be celebrating teams and players of this quality because it's so rich in talent.
Yeah, mate.
You know, and we're some of the biggest ambassadors for pro clubs you could think of, and it's a crime that we haven't seen a lot of these players.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's a different console here. Really good tracking of the run.
Yeah. Irax again. That's a play we do know about. Colossal, and it's flicked on. Oh, if he tried to pull the trigger there, I think the animation would have let him get to that, but he didn't.
The problem is they locked on the other right-hand side to come across, although the other one was in the better position. So that's the reason it got the tangle across there. But they've gone near post.
Wow,
Good
guess
header.
who it is? Mr.
Colossus.
Rax. And be humble. When do you start to take your pedal to the metal, Domino? You've got, 50 minutes to score at least 2 goals and not fall over the linesman?
I would say, for me personally, the time's precious now, and one more goal that Lynx score is not going to change the game for me. We're still in a very disadvantageous place. I would say one more goal. It doesn't matter if they're one more goal up compared to now. You need to get this goal back, and you need to get this goal back quickly. I would then treat this like the last 10 minutes of the game and throw everything I can. If you concede, you concede, but it's imperative they get this next goal. Saying that, oh, I thought he was on. I thought he held his run.
Just off. And you said it in the first game we covered, the Premier game where Nui came second in the league to back to basics.
Mm-hmm.
You asked me whether or not you'd be disappointed if, as Nui manager, not kind of threatening the goal. They played well, but to be fair, they didn't threaten the goal all that much. Is it a case of you'd rather get beat 3-0 than 1-0, basically? You'd rather get beat 3-0 having a good old go at it than 1-0 and kind of barely having a sniff. I think that's always kind of the way I break it down and how I'd want my teams to play.
Yeah. A loss is a loss regardless of the scoreline. Like, you're gonna, if you get pumped 5-0 up to the 1-0 mark, like it doesn't make a difference. You're still gonna lose. It's still out for competition. And you've got 3 goals to climb, and you've got very limited time to do it, and you've got very limited time to boost your team's confidence where you think you can get back into it. So at the start of the second half, I'd be like, right, guys, our aim, we're going to play this in 10-minute sections, 10 virtual minute sections. First 10 minutes, it is gung-ho. We're going to try and get this goal. And then we'll go on for the 10-minute sections after that. But again, 22 people's, 22 egos, 22 people need to listen to the message, and we'll see how Be Humble come out.
And it's the last half of this VPG evening. To be fair, Domino and I will usually stick around for a little bit afterwards. And Callisium, he's kept his team in the game once more. That's probably kept them in the tie. Domino, would you agree?
Yeah, and it was the message that I said. They left men up there for the counter-attack. They left men up there for the break. It's what they needed to do. They nearly got punished for it, but fair credit to them because they are now pressing heavy, leaving players up and start cheating a little bit, really, not man marking their players. I do see they have a
bot. Someone's lagged out. Yeah.
They have a bot playing in the midfield, which it can't help them and it can't help their cause. But
watch him have a worldie now. If he pops up and bags one, it might drop to Exa here. He's done really well.
That's excellent.
Back post is on. Oh, headed out again by Seskar.
There he goes. Look at him.
Yeah, there you go. He's worth his weight in gold. And
FYI to everyone in the channel, the CPU can't be man of the match. We can't allow it. No.
Unless he goes and gets a couple here from centre mid. Is he still knocking around? I can't see him.
Yeah, mate. He's there.
He's up front.
Oh,
it's Irax. This is what happens when we say nice things about people on the channel.
Stop saying nice things about people.
Yeah, I can't help it. Stop being so bloody good. And do you know what? It's written in the stars now that the CPU is gonna rock up and bag one. I'm gonna call it now, mate. I'm gonna call it now. Oh no, he's miscontrolled. It's
good keeping. Well there, good keeping. Really, really good keeping. Didn't let the near post go in and ushered him out to the far byline.
That's it. That's the one. Oh, Rainer
keeper again. Brave. And that's what I mean. That's those big coconuts that you got. Big coconuts you got in them shorts. You got to come out and you got to be brave. No hesitation in his play there. What is that flick?
And that settles down the whole team as well. If it doesn't matter what position I'm playing. If I see my keeper doing that twice in a row, that just settles my nerves. And again, the 2 goalkeepers in both of these games in this whole tie have been fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Who'd be a goalkeeper, eh? And Be Humble have got men up, but more importantly, Lynx don't have men back. But Gunter does really well there because it looked to be in Be Humble's favour. Slight injury. Pesiano's looking dangerous. 25 minutes though. Matt into Laurie. Exa. Blame it on the injury. Heist just holding the ball up, waiting for men. This is kind of what we expected now.
Yeah.
Ball over the top, and it is Vale who sweeps up nicely. Immediately out to this left-hand side for Petroza. And this is some good football from Be Humble. That might...
Pass was on. You gave him the space. He's onside there as well.
It's all getting a bit frantic now.
Oh!
And guess who it is? I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to ruin the rest of his game. But yeah, I think you were going to say it there, Dono. The animations are not doing anyone any favors. Both teams, everyone just seems to be trying to dive and volley it, which you don't see
Yeah.
very often.
I mean, you're not going to scissor kick it from there because it makes no sense. And he just decided, instead of wrap his foot around the ball, he decided to stretch and scissor kick it. It made no sense.
Ran into a brick wall there. Seskar shepherding it out. 18 minutes left for Be Humble to send this tie into a third deciding game. Laurie has gone to Pesiano. Picked up again by Laurie. That's the through ball of dreams. Big save. Can he squeeze it in from it?
Good defending on the line.
Knocks it
CPU
down
back
with the assist. It's going to happen.
This keeper is he's a different gravy, mate. He's a different gravy out there. He's got lightning in his gloves, mate. Lightning in his gloves. And if you're Lynx here, you need to give that man a pat on the back for what he's done currently. Guy's a G.
Agreed. Very, very good game. Both goalkeepers. Relatively free header. Pedroza, who's dangerous going forward, has literally just cleared one off the line, arguably keeping them in this tie again. Be Humble, just hanging on in there, looking ridiculously dangerous going forward, but also defensively frail, which you would expect at this stage of a tie of this nature. Don't forget, this is the semi-final, Champions E-League, humongous stakes. How is your nerve? I mean, there's one player out there who doesn't have any nerves, Domino.
Nah. My guy with lightning.
It's a CPU. Siepe's got it on this right-hand side, who had that earlier chance. Laurie can't get it in either. Lynx showing us how well they can defend. Seskar, the brick wall.
Yeah, get it up, get it wide, get it out.
I've been very impressed. I'm not going to try and butcher that name, but Yellow Cursor for Lynx has been phenomenal. These two games. Very, very smart player. Very smart. Heist unable to get that delicate through ball. Be Humble have got men forward, but Guna wins it, and Heist able to pick the ball back up. But it's Laurie now. Space on this right-hand side. Fantastic ball. I'm not sure what happened with the touch. I'm not going to lie.
I think he miscontrolled it, but this is FIFA, so I don't know how that works.
Anything can happen. And here we go. Do you want to try that name, Domino?
No.
We'll call him Yellow.
No, I may have a hard enough time with 8-ball.
Flicked on Guna again. I cannot stress how well this Lynx team is playing. It's a very what's the word I'm looking for? It's a very professional performance. But here comes X. He's through. It's a goal. It's a
You've got it, mate. You've got.
Here we go. One more.
Just get it back to your keeper. Get it back to your keeper, and that's it. Just hold it. Get it back to your keeper. Look at the time. You've done it. You've done it. That's unlucky boys.
So take a bow, son. Take a bow. We run this back. Run it back. If you were thinking about getting an early night, boys and girls, you just stay right there. Go get yourself a drink. Get yourself a cup of tea if you're in England. I don't really know what else drinks. A can of Monster, maybe. Don't know, mate. I don't know what people drink.
Where are Be Humble from?
I knew you were going to ask me that. Be Humble are from Italy.
What do you drink in Italy?
No, I'm not. Don't try and trick me into stereotypes, Domino.
No, I just wondered what the energy drink, like the choice energy drink is.
I bet you did. Yeah.
Drink some Prime.
You wanted me to say limoncello. Right. I mean, we're assuming this is how it happens. I was told before this scenario happened that there would be a third game. I would very much like that scenario. I mean, we've come out of the game, so I'm assuming there's no penalties. They're going back in, which is always a good sign. Nui are still playing. They've scored 2 goals, Domino. I'm going to collect my channel points as well. I'm not sure if they're playing VPG Espana games tonight. But good luck to them anyway. Did we add? Yeah, we had both teams on here. Yeah, both teams are jumping back in that lobby. Boy, it's happening. Third game playoff. We cannot separate these two teams. I think that deserve a Twitter post, Domino?
Hit one up because again, I'm going to take your opinion on this one. Would you rather be
Go on.
Be Humble or Lynx in this position on the third game? Now, bearing in mind, Lynx came back on the first game in the second half to get that result of 2-1.
Yeah.
Be Humble have just done it to them. The old 1-2 sucker punch.
Yeah.
Now, mentality is going into it. Who in the mental state? Who would you rather be?
I mean, you've got to say be humble, haven't you? You've got to for them to steal that right with literally the last kick of the game. Like, you would be buzzing. That group chat must have been insane. We've got sound up. There was no. Oh mate, they had the group chat on. They had oh no, we got the group chat on. Links. So if there is, we'll leave it on the link stream because if there's a goal, that's getting unmuted straight off the bat.
Where are Links from?
Links are from Spain.
Cool.
And yeah, now like, what do you say? Either team manager. I mean, Domino, give me both scenarios. We've got Links who were all of 30 seconds away from being Champions League finalists.
You had your ticket to the game, you're on the train, you're about to slip off the platform, and you've just fell down the hole. That's how Lynx feel. They just missed the first step off the train to the stadium. Okay, I think what I would say now to what I'd say if I was actual manager would be a lot different because I'd be thinking so much emotionally and I'd be like, boys, we were there.
We
what
suck.
happened? But if I was a well-rounded human, I would tell the people, I'd tell my boys, look, let's not worry about that. Guys, we were beating them all game. We were better than them. Were they or weren't they? It doesn't matter because I'd say it to my team anyway. Look, we were better than them in the game. They scored with the last shot of the game. I'd say our composure at the end kind of wavered. We weren't comfortable on the ball. We didn't look comfortable on the ball. I'd be telling my team, basically, we're the better team and we deserve to win this game. Whether that is right or wrong, that's what I'd be telling them because
you're trying to G them up, basically.
100%, mate. I'm going to have to try and get their confidence back after just conceding a last-minute goal to take it into a third game. So I need to do everything I can to get my team on board and on side for this one.
No, I think that's a good point. Two things. One, this formation, Domino. I literally said that, it went off. 4-4-2 diamond, narrow. Thoughts? I like that you're actually taking like time and consideration.
It's a hard one because we know how well playing with three centre halves work. It gives your wide players the opportunity to go forward, and it also allows, if you're forward on the left-hand side of the pitch, your right winger is normally not busting a gut to get in the box. And if you're going on the counter-attack, your left centre back can go to left back, everyone shuffles across, and you go into a back four, hence why the three at the back works so well. Now, I would suggest they do the same thing. Well, when Lynx were playing, I did notice what happened is when the two wing backs went up, the CDM would drop into that gap to create a back three anyway. So it kind of relatively is the same formation if they play it the same. It's basically any formation is good as long as a team knows what they're doing. I would just say that. I'd say the three at the back is the easiest one for everyone to follow. Centre backs, you just stay in your position. CDM, you sweep. Attacking midfielder, you go pick up the ball and try and link up the play. It's the easiest one to do. Any formation works, I would say, if the team know exactly what they're doing in their positions. So, and it's not doing
basically formations don't matter. Just
Not
know what you're doing.
well, exactly. Formations do not matter unless all the players know what they're doing. But the three at the back formation, the 3-4-1-2, is the easiest one because it's got your job roles already written on the positioning. Where this one, if your two wingers are up, what you're going to do, your two centre backs staying back, is the CDM dropping in. Like, there's more conversations you need to have that way.
No, I think that's a good point actually. And second of those 2 points, we've got the striker's name now. If you want to give it a go, Domino. Lucifer. Lucifer.
Right, just to
Lucifer for short.
Just a bit of personal information about me, Domino. I am dyslexic, so that to me is possibly harder than playing pro clubs up top
By yourself.
by myself against links. All right, while this stream's going 8 ball, I'm going to quickly go get myself a little drink.
Get us one, mate. Get us one.
Mate. Might need a coffee. What's time it, mate? Is late. We are late, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, boy, we got nothing else to do.
Let's go get a drink.
And Dominic, I'm not sure if you're still going to be on mic or not, or whether it's going to go off. But for those of you at home, just a quick recap of what's been going on tonight. We had Back to Basics playing Nui in our first game, and that was first versus second, and that finished as a 1-0 for Back to Basics. And then Nui joined us in the Champions League semi-final. Champions E-League, don't sue us. Semi-final, where they were eliminated by Juventus Bucharest, who are our first Champions E-League finalists for PC Vpg for this season. Trying to join them in the final, Domino, are Lynx 4K Esports and Be Humble of Italy. We tried to separate them during 2 legs. It's been impossible, thanks to a last-minute winner, which tied the tie. And now here we are, third and final game. I'm not quite sure what's happening. However, I'm sure.
And what I'd say about these games is both teams, normally I'm going to use a boxing analogy or a MMA analogy. Sometimes you've got two of the best fighters in the world, but it ends in a dud match because styles make fights. And you do get two teams stylistically that just don't match up. And they could be unbelievable teams, both of them, but they're stylistically on the pitch. It becomes a dead rubber. Let's say a Barca of 2008 and a Man City of now. You've got the same kind of style, back four, slow-paced game, bit of quality here and there. With this team, with Lynx and Humble, both games have been unreal. They match up so well stylistically as a watching, as a viewer's perspective. And that's why I'm excited that we have the third game coming across here, because both games were great. High drama, great play, and I'm excited we got a third. We just need to get there.
Yeah, we need to get cracking, boys. I'm not sure. I mean, everyone seems to be in on this side. The beauty of Twitch is that we can go and check on the other side. I mean, they're up to something else, which is quite worrying. Here we go. Here we go. The threat of coming off of the game was enough. And now we've got Wolves versus Brighton, Lynx versus Be Humble. It's the third and final game. Unless it's a draw, then I think it's a fourth.
Okay, I'm going to make... We used to do this on Rocket League, just to anyone that's still with us. It's we would play until we lose. which was one more game or something like that. But we would sometimes we'd stay up really, really late because we'd actually go on a streak, and that's the rule. And I'm here for this. We're on stream until we get a winner. That's my sole mission for you guys.
Do you want to call it, Domino?
Be humble.
Ooh.
or links.
Or a draw.
I call fourth game.
Here we are. I wouldn't mind a fourth game. Here we go, though. Third and maybe final game of this series. What a great rule, by the way, Domino. As much as I'd like to see a penalty shootout, I'd like to see another game between these two teams more.
It's a hard one, mate. It really is. And in my opinion, I love a penalties as a neutral. Love it. And I love the psychology of penalties. However, I do like watching a full length match and commentating on it. So either way it went, I wouldn't have been disappointed.
And tidbit of information: we've never had a penalty shootout on the channel.
No.
Oh my god!
We have had an overhead kick, but not that good. What a rebound! That's Wayne Rooney-esque. Ball got rebounded, came in. Why are we not seeing that again? FIFA.
Pesiano, my boy, take a bow. That was unreal. And
What a guy.
it
What a
just goes to
finish.
show, doesn't it? Because the defending there to block that cross was actually really good. And
Yeah.
then they still got punished. This is the level you are playing at. VPG Champions E-League semi-final. Even if you defend well, you will get punished. And that's exactly what happened there. 1-0 to Be Humble. We're basically back to the start now. So it is down to this game. Whoever wins this game will go through to the final where they'll play Juventus Bucharest of Romania. It's Lucifer. Lucifer. He's my man. He's my man. He's the danger man, I reckon, for Lynx.
But if we're going to be honest,
and we always are,
in both these games, it's been disadvantageous to score first. Every team that scored first has lost.
Okay. All right. So we've got interesting facts getting spat our way, Domino. Check this out. This is the last game, by the way. If they draw, it goes to extra time and then pens. I've never cheered on a draw before, but these guys are pushing it.
And my man in the comments, appreciate that. Love that
thank you very much. You've saved the day.
Yeah, we're just here as pro clubs enthusiasts to comment on games. Sometimes we know facts. Sometimes
to be fair, I mean, at least I knew there was a third game. That's quite good for us.
Yeah, normally we just gamble when it gets to the end of the game. It's like, and is aggregate score put into jeopardy here? Like, what do we do here? We just like to. We're reactionists. That's what we are. We are reactionists, and that's how I like it.
But also, it doesn't help if you need to then go follow a new game or another team or whatever. Because
no, but that's not my job. That's your job. That's your problem. If I'm honest with
you. Cheers, mate. You can see who does the work in the background here.
Yeah. I just jump on. I'm the face of it.
Karen Char plays for Juventus Bucharest. Hence why he's in the know. Congratulations, by the way.
Congratulations, my guy.
Fantastic. From what we saw, which out of the two games was maybe, 50%, Domino?
Yeah, I'd say.
Which is when two games are going on, you can't really ask for more than that. If there was a way to watch all of them, if we were Jeff Stelling and the boys, if we could get that kind of technology, we need showrunners, Domino. That's what we need.
Oh, mate, absolutely. We need some.
One day.
But yeah, Mr. Char in the comments, how you feeling about being in the final, sir? What's our thoughts?
Let's go. There, live interview.
Yeah, how are you feeling about being in the final? And how are you feeling about the two games that you just played in? What's your thoughts? Let me know.
Yeah, for sure. It's probably something we should start doing more on the channel, isn't it? Maybe people don't want to listen to us, Domino.
I wouldn't.
I don't.
Here we go.
Swung in high.
It's falling for. That's good covering. That is good covering.
Heist making a nuisance of himself there, unable to get a shot away. First 30 minutes has flown by. Petroza, ever dangerous. And don't forget that clearance off the line in that first game, Domino.
Yeah.
Here comes the marauding.
Oh, there's hot dogs there, mate.
Yeah.
Some hot dogs with ketchup.
Petroza wins it. It's gone all the way back to the goalkeeper. Here we go, Domino. Out wide. Anto wins it, who again, another big performance in the last game. Here's a hot take for you then, Karen Char.
Mm-hmm.
Who of the two teams playing now would you want to avoid?
Ooh.
I could have been harsh as who did you want to play, but I feel like we're more about the positivity on this channel. Who would you like to avoid? Who would you like to avoid? Very careful with my words, Domino. And yeah, anyone else from that Juve team, yeah, congratulations. Really, really good stuff. Hopefully we'll be able to catch the final as well. It is driven straight into goalkeeper's hands. Karen Chow wants to avoid Be Humble, Domino. Thoughts?
I could see that. I think Be Humble's play, I think they're more well-rounded. I think Be Humble's full-on play in their Arsenal is more well-rounded. I think Lynx have spells of absolute danger. Like the 2 goals we saw in the first leg, they are as higher quality as I've seen on any channel covering the highest level of VPG. So, yeah, I mean, Be Humble overall, like I said, are your more well-rounded team, but Lynx, they produce some absolute magic.
And I think that's the beauty of, one, VPG in general, but two, especially when you get to this stage in any competition, there's only going to be good teams.
Yeah.
Only going to be good teams. No, I can see out though, Karen Shaw. I can see why you've gone for them. But also, don't forget, Domino, and anyone watching, Lynx are a Div 1 team.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, they're top of the league, so they're as good as they come. But, you know, they must have been put there for a reason. We don't know the ins and outs of it, but the league ranking system is there for a reason. So let's see if they can get themselves back into this game as we creep towards halftime. We don't want, good idea, we don't want this game to end, really.
No.
But if it wants to go any longer,
there's great position there by the striker, and that's
I told you. The yellow cursor is a dangerous player. Karen Char played with and against Be Humble many times. That's why I don't want to play them. Don't like the way they play. Everyone running about 6'4", lengthy builds. Domino. We were saying about it. We were saying about whether or not there were any restrictions. That seems to suggest that there's not.
My guy Char coming on here, throwing some heat. And that's what I like to see. That's a winner's mentality, Mr. Char. I mean, I'm not going to give shade, don't get me wrong. That's why you're dropping in our box to give shade. But I appreciate it, and I like it.
We'll leave the shade on screen.
Yeah.
No, that's fair enough. I mean, if it was one size fits all, pardon the pun, if it was one size fits all, then we'd all be playing the exact same way. So each to their own. If you two teams do have to face each other in the final, I'm just praying that it's not a 6'4" back post towering header that wins it for them, because that would be pretty horrific. Now, we like all styles on this channel, don't we, Domino?
And yeah, we do. But Char, I'm going to be honest with you. With that comment, I need to see Be Humble in the final now, maybe, because you've given me some spice. A man loves a bit of spice.
Yeah. But they're going the right way about it, Domino. They're doing their part. But we've seen two very strong second halves in this series of games. This is
where Lynx are the most dangerous, and this is in the transition phases. Lynx are the most dangerous, and their build-up play is okay. Don't get me wrong. There's things to be desired, but Lynx in the transition phase is where they do excel, and I think it's because they're playing instead of a structure. Oh my, that is.
I mean, it was a snapshot, Domino, but I don't think a header was the best choice there. If you
take it down, though, is a hard one.
I feel like he stooped to head it though. I feel like if he had
Yeah,
waited for it to
yeah.
drop, that keeper ain't saved. I think the only reason he saved that's because of the header. But once again, Lucifer, he's just a problem player. He really is a very, very intelligent player.
Well, that pit play there, you have to do that. It's not FIFA doesn't program you to slide.
Yeah, yeah.
You're slide tackling an area you think the ball's getting cleared to, hence why that chance came. And that is a different style of IQ play.
I feel like if we ever had a third person on this channel, Domino, it would be Karen Shah.
Yeah, my guy. So he's just put, I like them all as players, but the way they play, etc. I don't like that type of FIFA. And I completely understand that. And you get it with real world football. This is why we love pro clubs so much.
Thank
You get
you.
players that are exceptional players, but they just don't fit or gel in a style of play. And we had that in the first ever team that we played in. Me and 8 Ball are different types of players, and this team wanted very slow build up play, nothing long. You couldn't. The creativity was starved of our play.
Oh
Me
God,
and
yeah.
8 Ball couldn't be creative in what we done. It was A, B, or C. There was nothing else other than A, B, or C, and it was our first taste in competitive football, competitive virtual football. So we kind of towed the line a little bit until we managed our own team. Then we realised the difference in giving your players an outlet. But to be fair, we actually done well in that team. That team was a really good team. It was not stylistically what we liked, what we could do.
Yeah, no, hit the nail on the head there, mate. And that again, like Domino said, that's the beauty of competitive pro clubs is you've got to go and find a team who your own personal philosophy matches up with. And then you've also got to do well in that team as well. And you're going to be playing against teams who again, just like real life, don't play the type of philosophy of football that you agree with. And when you get beat by those teams as well, which makes it 10 times worse. There's nothing worse than getting beaten by a team who's not as good a footballing team or a pro club's e-footballing team. Lucifer, big,
Oh
big,
my!
big save. Big save once again. Lucifer, though, causing damage. Callison's had a fantastic series. I just feel like all pro clubs games should be settled over 3 games, Domino. I'm really enjoying this. really enjoying this.
Yeah,
normally
absolutely.
it's one and done. We move on. But this,
Oh, and he's done it
Rainer
again. Get it clear. Get it clear. I played it off him.
fantastic.
Love
Yeah,
that.
fantastic clearance off the player. This series has been a tale of 2 goalkeepers. As much as the quality of outfield players has been fantastic, these 2 goalkeepers have been outstanding. And to be fair, without them, all these games would have been 3-3, 4-4. So kind of dislike them for that reason, but also quality. Just praise due. Yeah, go for it.
Can I be devil's advocate real quick?
No.
I'm going to be devil's advocate on this one. And the saves are great, but is the finishing not up to the level that it should be?
To be fair, I mean, I'm not sure what more Lucifer could have done on that last one, for example. Top bins near post usually does the trick, my friend. But the be humble goalkeeper he just knows what's coming, and that's been a tale of this series. Giudini swings it back post. Can he do anything with this? And he can't. It's Heist. We are on our way. We've not even been able to deal with the shade that's on the chat. Yeah, I've not read it. I'm not sure if it's shade, but there it is. There's the equalizer, Domino, and we are edging towards extra time and penalties. But if I know anything about these 2 teams, this game ain't finishing 1-1.
This game is finishing with Lynx getting the next goal because it's the last. Any team that scores first has got the 2 conceded against them. And as I said previously, Lynx in a transition is a different when they play unstructured and they're just in a transition. They're all going forward. Yep. They're a different gravy as a team, and you've just seen it there. But can we? Oh, he's got one man over there.
Oh, he's lost
it's chaos in there. It's
Man, I rest my case. I love being proven right. Live on air. Yes, love it. Goalkeepers, let's go. All jokes aside, absolutely fantastic save. The only reason both of these two teams are in these games is the goalkeepers. There's nothing wrong with the finishing quality. Don't listen to Domino. It's all
I didn't say
goal.
devil's advocate.
Taking devil's advocate. Speaking of devils, here comes Lucifer.
On the transition. Look, I told you, when they play free flow, fluid, no structured build up, just it flows well.
Do you know what? These knockdowns on FIFA 23, speaking of metas, knockdowns on FIFA 23 are so dangerous.
Yeah, so what's my boy Char saying?
Locks on. Here we go. Right, so been playing competitive FIFA since 14-15, so seen all the types of FIFA, but nothing compares to this FIFA with the slow movement, no skill gap, left stick movement, and lengthy builds. Mate, I think you've hit the nail on the absolute head there. It's I quite, do you know what? I don't mind it too much on competitive. Oh my god, Lucifer, you're an absolute menace. This man needs to be stopped. Oh, Laurie! That was excellent. A brave tackle. It's straight back in the mix of those. A knockdown.
Nice.
Petroza again. Is the ref? No, that's it. Laurie's done it. Laurie there, absolute match-saving tackle. And it's lucky you're here, Karen Child, because otherwise we'd be very confused right now. We would be filling this dead air with just pure confusion. And yeah, but like we were saying, Karen Child there absolutely hit the nail on the head. But when it comes to competitive pro clubs, there is justification because teams who play competitive pro clubs are good enough to beat those teams who rely on the meta. Whereas when you rock up on small man, you cannot do anything against it. So that just gives me some kind of joy that there's teams like you guys, Karen, Chaho, go out and deal the business for us. Jan, it was 1-1 after the third game, and we're going into extra time, possibly penalties. Stick around. Make sure you're subscribed, and yeah, we've been here for a long time, and we'll be here for a long time.
I'm not gonna lie, I wanted the fourth. Do you know when like there's two options to go for, like which one you want, and then someone gives you the options like, no, actually I really wanted the other one. Like on a takeaway, and you're like,
I feel like that says more about you as a person, Domino, I think.
Yeah. But like, do you know when you're like, oh, do you know what? I don't mind if it goes to fourth game or goes to penalties, and then it went into extra time. I was like, actually, a fourth game. I'd prefer the fourth game. I just want to be here, mate. I want to be here doing this.
Yeah. Like I said, we'll stick around for a little bit and get the kind of aftermath, see who's still knocking around the scene. There might still be some VPG games going on, my friend. But the only one that matters at the moment is this third, and it has to be the final game. PC VPG semi-final of the Champions E-League. Be Humble and Lynx have served up an absolute treat.
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't stopping anytime soon, Domino.
No. We've just got more in store. Either you're going to grab a extra time winner or we're going into the dreaded penalties. So either way, there's sweets everywhere, mate.
Yeah, and like I said earlier on, we've never had a penalty shootout on this channel before.
Oh my god! Please don't do it. First... I'll be so nervous. My controller would be so sweaty trying to save that ball. I'd be like, it'd be slipping off the controller.
That's so cute that you think I'd let you take a penalty.
No, I mean that save there. Literally that save there with the keeper. It was rolling towards him. My fingers would be slipping.
If you want to talk about match-saving events, that tackle from Laurie in that last it would have been the last kick of the game where Lucifer's cut back on that dangerous left foot. That tackle, mate, it's a game changer. And do you know what? We've not seen any dodgy decisions in this series as well, which is just, it's funny, isn't it? Because there's been no dodgy decisions offside, no dodgy decisions, and the football's been great. That's a correlation, my friend.
I mean, if you want to go see a dodgy decision, go watch our episode on the E-Champions League Sociedad versus One Mind and watch the extra time
God.
there because
I mean, we have a whole short of it if you want to go dig that out.
mate,
Every
I'm
single
real.
bad penalty decision. There's ones where we don't even see
That's a
what
ball.
actually happens.
That's a ball through.
Oh my
Oh,
Christ. Yep, stabbed over the crossbar, his own crossbar. That's where
2
we're
men
at
on the
now.
line. I like this defensive position. You got 2 men on the line here.
Oh, get rid of it.
Yeah. That's what you do.
Yeah, they're not going to let him take that one. Right. 15 minutes, Domino. What would you rather see a match winner and that euphoria, or would you rather watch penalties?
Penalties all day, mate. I'm here for chaos. I'm only here for chaos, and I only advocate for chaos.
Only
So-
deal in chaos. Yeah. In the chat, what would you rather see? Would you rather see pens, or would you rather see a last gasp? I mean, we could. Why don't we go with 2 goals in this last 15 virtual minutes?
Yes, jubilation on both sides and
Right, yeah.
commiserations on both sides, and then let's do that. Run that.
Yeah, boys, you haven't let us down so far. You've given us everything we've asked for. So if you could just do this little tidbit, just score 2 goals. But yeah, let us know in the chat, pens or extra time winner.
8 ball, real quick, and it only has to be a quick take because it's 15 minutes. Pens, obviously. Yes, my guy knows pens. My guy wants pens. He's with the chaos.
Go on.
What I was going to say is, shall we start a virtual betting league?
That feels like a really fast way to bankrupt myself. Giving silly odds on things I've never even seen before.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, mate.
Lucifer is being dealt with, but
oh my, that's a great touch. The referee has none of it. Referee doesn't want to even know about it.
They've still got men forward though. They've got a lot of men in salmon forward. They've got the free kick if they want it. They're not going to take it. Oh my god, hot dogs.
Oh.
Yeah, he's managed to dig it out. Edge of the box. Oh my god.
Oh my, that's unreal. That's
Tescar there with a quality tackle. Do you know what? Exa had a lot more space than I think he realised there.
And the ball roll pass was on there as well. And I thought he needed to get to that man, but he needed to cut the angle. So the ball roll pass, that metal was on there.
Oh, yes. You could have helped that, mate, if you'd done a video on it.
Yeah, that's my bad, mate. That's my bad.
It's your fault.
It's what happens when you have a full-time job to pay for this hobby that we have.
Petrosa, who's been...
Oh my...
Man, don't do it. Don't do
heart
it.
and mouth. Heart and mouth, mate.
We want pens, but we didn't specify it's a penalty shootout we want. Not just a one dodgy penalty. To be fair, I think if that had got given, you're risking it. Here we go. Overlap on the left-hand side. Oh, that ball was looking dangerous, my friend. Yeah. Anywhere will do right now. Anywhere will do. I think there's going to be a winner here, Domino. I think there's going to be a winner. I think there's going to be a winner.
They've got a last-minute winner before, but like I said, links in the transition. Watch out for links. Watch links in the transition. Oh, he just couldn't do it. He just couldn't. If you
want Lucifer to cook, you need to give him the ball.
Yeah. That's great work there.
Oh, Domino, I'm so nervous. Oh, well cut out. That is the cut out of dreams. That was, my friend. Right. Oh, mate, we're straight into it. Here we go. Be humble.
Down the middle.
Mate,
I told you it's down the middle. The pressure one is down the middle, I tell you.
This one can't be down the middle because he's already stole it. Heist.
Now down the middle again.
No, it can't be down the middle.
Oh, it's a big save.
It can't be down the middle.
It's a big save.
What a surprise. The goalkeepers are showing
Oh my god, he's kept his nerve.
Showing up. Here we go. Back in the game.
Oh my god, I don't like this. I don't like the run up.
My cursor would be going apeshit right now.
Oh, that's a pen.
That's a big pen.
Save them.
1-1 after 2. Laurie with that match saving tackle. Oh, side foot, behave.
Sent him the wrong way, gave him the eyes.
That man is cool. Here we go. Oh no. Giudini. Here comes Ciapini.
Oh my.
Oh no, 2 in a row. Dug his teammate out.
Oh, mate, keepers are making themselves the hero. Is this it? Is this it? This is it? This is it? Oh, let
go. Wow. My friend, that is how it's done. Be humble was better. Well, that may well be the case. Boom. Pressure penalty domino. They always go down the middle.
First penalty down the middle, last penalty down the middle.
Yeah, yeah.
But I get it for a keeper. You look
Commiserations,
dumb
yeah.
not diving.
Commiserations to Lynx. That's a tough take. Pesiano gets his team into the Champions E-League final with the celebrations on stream as well. They were, do you know what? Be humble. They were quite humble about that as well. They didn't go over the top. It's just Domino. Talk me through it. I'm a bit lost for words. Karen Shah, you didn't get your wish. Got your wish. Didn't get your wish.
Yeah, going on the screen there. Yes.
Yeah,
Well, I guess you will see them in the finals, my friend. And and to be fair, Be Humble were the bet. I think looking at the extra time, and Be Humble was causing the chances. Be Humble didn't want it to go to penalties. I think Lynx accepted penalties more than them. I think the game it ebbed and flowed, but it did go the way of Be Humble. I think Be Humble were the more dominant team, but you'd always have to be worried about Lynx going forward. And I think that was, and like I said before the game started, the style make games, and this style made the game. Be Humble could have the possession, could have the more fluent football, could have the better football, but as soon as Lynx were in a transition, they could hurt you and they could harm you badly. And it was a great three-legged game with penalties at the end. Guys, to be fair, it's all we can ask for. And commiserations to Lynx. Be humble. Congratulations. You will see Juve in the final, my guys.
Yeah, and that's going to be a great final as well. Hopefully we'll be around for that. Domino, I can't think of anything else better to do with my free time than to catch that. So yeah, let's try and find some time to grab a live stream for that, Domino, and we'll do exactly what we've done today and jump on for a couple of hours, have a laugh, have a chat, try and get some non-lobby videos going on. And yeah, is that it from us, Domino? Are we sticking around or?
I'm on 8-ball time, so whatever you think, my friend. I feel like, do you know when you've like watched like a big like Champions League game, like you can't just go bed straight after it. Like in real world, you're just like, I'm kind of still hyped up. Like I'm still like, I haven't let those nerves or that like nervous energy like go out my body. So I think we might need to just find another relaxing one, and just have a little bit of a chill, a little bit of a watch, a little bit of banter, so I can quell that nervous energy, so I can sleep like a baby.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to oblige to that. If anyone's joined us in the chat tonight, thank you so much. Do make sure you're following our socials, so you can see when we're back online next. We do make rather amusing YouTube videos as well. And to answer Jan's question, I think he's meaning, can we go and watch that back as soon as we click off tonight, Jan? This live stream gets posted to our YouTube channel, so you can jump on there and watch that first game, B2B versus Nui.
Yeah, 2 hours of sexy content. So Jan, fill your boots, my son.
If we may say so ourselves. I'm not sure if Nui are up to much tonight. Hopefully they've had better luck in their last couple of games that we've not been accustomed to watching. In terms of pro clubs, there's not much going on. We'll stick around Nui, see if they're doing anything. If they jump into another game, we'll watch it, have a bit of a laugh. But if there's anyone on the chat now, thoughts? We still do man of the match on stream, don't we, Domino?
Yeah, my man Char, you were with us for the full game. Who are you going to give a man of the match to?
Oh yeah.
Who would you drop the man of the match trophy to at the end of that game? Because there's a couple in my head. Mine's a fairly obvious one, if I'm honest with you.
Go on.
It's got to be the keeper, isn't it? Surely.
Oh, Karen
Unreal.
Charles got the followers, my boy. Let's go. And the background as well. Love it. He's all followed up now, although I just seen you streaming in 720, my friend. We'll have a yeah, I might have to have words about that one. But yeah, let us know. Man of the match for man of the series, Domino.
Yeah, could do that.
Man of
Yeah.
the series. I mean, good luck choosing between the two goalkeepers, but also we had Laurie, centre midfielder, really, really good.
Had Lucifer up top, mate.
Lucifer is just ridiculous. I need to go and get that man's autograph. I've fangirling him all night tonight.
Yeah, he was class.
Yeah. I mean,
And carry on.
I was gonna say now we've got it. Now we're trying to think of who we're trying to think of man of the match. I just can't seem to think of anyone. But if you put them all in front of me, I'd be able to pick you out like a bloody police lineup. There we go. Karen Chart, man after my own heart, link striker, Lucifer, and the goalkeepers. I don't think you can particularly say fairer than that, my friend.
Yeah, that'd be in my top three. I think they're the names that you said the most, bar the centre back for Be Humble.
Yeah.
I think they're your four key aspects in that game. And over the legs, we saw those. We said those names more than anyone else. But yeah, links to striker, mate, Lucifer. It's do you know when you kind of just do like everything well? Like nothing that he done was unbelievably outstanding. He just done the basics brilliantly, and that's the sign of the greatest players, like Gundogan in real life. There's nothing about him that is unbelievably outstanding. He does the basics brilliantly, and that's all you need in those kind of positions. And I think that's what Lucifer done all 3 games.
No, it's a good shout, and I think with strikers, it's very easy to try and find someone who are running behind, who will get you 30, 40 goals a season. Absolutely fine. There's obviously a time and place for that. But what I like seeing for teams is because games like this, any game we've seen tonight between two really good teams, you're not necessarily going to get that space. So you need those clever players like a Lucifer type striker who is going to win those knockdowns, hold the ball up, invite other players to kind of get up alongside them. And he just fits that bill perfectly, Domino.
Yeah. I think he was a perfect yin to his other strikers. Yang the knockdowns always went to someone, and the other SD needed to be in the positions and send the cam to get them. So it's a well rehearsed tactic, but the team played to that strength off Lucifer's. So it was well crafted. Very unfortunate they weren't in the final. But back to basics. I was just reading the other name. Be humble. Be humble.
Say, I thought you were just telling them they need to go back to basics. I was like, that's a good shout. Yeah, fair enough. They probably do.
So, but I think out of the 3 legs, I think you can't say Be Humble didn't deserve it or they were outplayed. Be Humble were, in my opinion, the better team out with the 3 legs. And virtual football falls the way it does, mate. I think it was to Be Humble tonight.
I think it was a good matchup for that reason, Domino. I think you had Be Humble, who, in your humble opinion, Domino, were the better footballing side. I'll use those. And then we had Lynx, who I think everyone would agree were absolutely so lethal on that counter / direct / transition, which I think just turned into a really, really good matchup.
Yeah, mate. Agreed.
So yeah, and we haven't even had a chance to talk about the first game. We do have a couple of chats on stream. I'm just trying to find an actual game of pro clubs to watch, and I'm struggling big time. Couple of questions, Domino. First and foremost, guys, that's not a question. Guys, you did outstanding job tonight. Congratulations, Cristiano. Thank you so much. And good hustle tonight as well. There we go, Grant Ward. He'll never know we're watching him, but we are. And he's streaming 1080p. There you go. An actual question. Thank you, Cristiano.
Yeah, mate. Big love, mate.
Will
Big
you
love.
be turning on VODs? Domino, do you want to answer this one, mate?
Again, explain the question to me.
I'm not sure if it goes through VOD, but it'll be on our YouTube for sure. So as soon as we stop streaming tonight, it'll 100% be on our live stream feed on YouTube. VOD is 50-50. Sometimes it saves, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's a good, sometimes it's a shit.
All right. So all the technical questions, when you got abbreviations, they're never directed at me.
This is the only way you're going to learn, though.
Yeah, but our dynamic is you drop me a message and be like, we're jumping on. I'm like, cool. Speak to the fiance, get a bit of grief, and then jump on. That is our dynamic. So unless you break down questions and abbreviations to me, I ain't gonna know the difference.
No.
Man's out here being basic.
To be fair, though, I mean, I'm the same with any kind of. If you need to know how to do a skill or what skill's OP or how to send people for hot dogs, you don't come to me.
That's true. If you need any FIFA knowledge, you come to me. If you need anything about the technical production of our work, you go to my man Hateball.
It's a match made in heaven. It truly is.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just trying to think of some hot topics, Domino. I mean, let's go back to. I still want to talk about the new Back to Basics game. But whilst we've got people in the chat, and obviously feel free to chip in as well with your opinions. But we spoke at the beginning of this stream about the problems that FIFA 23 have been having with the pro clubs friendlies. We've come to the conclusion now that we don't think EA are going to fix them. It's half working, as we've seen tonight. We got there eventually. I think half working is enough for EA to say, probably just going to leave that while we crack on with EAFC. So if anyone's got any thoughts about that, drop them in. Personally, think with them kind of splitting away from FIFA, that's probably them putting that game to bed now. I was going to just to sign off there, Dom. It's what I'm just hoping it doesn't kind of finish off what's left of this game.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've got stuff like this. Imagine if we'd failed to get anything done tonight because of that. That's
my point was, we, in both of our opinions, PC is the meta console, and I know what the word meta means now, so we're all good. So PC.
See you later, Karen Sharp.
Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, PC is a meta console, so very, like, if you're doing this on PlayStation 4 and your program's not high enough and your server's going down and stuff like that, I can understand it. Next gen consoles never so much, but PC is the meta of that. So you should rarely have any of the connection issues that you do get, because PC is the best to run on. Now, if it's not running well on PC, then your game, your servers is an issue, which means FIFA's not rectifying it and FIFA's doing nothing to rectify it. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be stuck in this limbo. Will they, won't they, until the new game comes out. And then when the new game comes out, mate, we'll be still stuck in the limbo. Will they, won't they? It's forever since FIFA Pro Clubs was invented, mate.
Which leads us very nicely on to the next kind of hot topic at the moment is cross-platform, cross-generation, whatever. Is that going to be a thing on EAFC, Domino?
And if it is, I love the idea of VPG having the different leagues on the different consoles. It's cool. And you can open up so many different leagues because so many different consoles. You can have two different top divisions because you're on two consoles. I don't know how the organizers, to be fair, I'd like to them to chime in on how it might look if there is cross-platform. Will they have their separate consoles, and will you have another league for cross-play so everyone can jump in? Or will you have something versus? I'd love to see PC versus PlayStation versus Xbox, because you
Mhm.
know how diehard communities are. Like if you're a PlayStation fan, you're diehard PlayStation. You're Xbox, you're diehard Xbox, and each one of them thinks they have the best team. If you're the top of the Premier in Xbox, you consider yourself the absolute best at FIFA, same as you have in PlayStation. Similar as the different organizations in mixed martial
MMA.
arts. Yeah, you've got Bellator, you've got UFC. Now the outliers are obviously are UFC, but if you're the champion at lightweight in Bellator, you'd be like, well, I'd fight the champion of UFC lightweight, and I'll mince him up. So I don't know how the whole formation would work, but it'd be cool. And there's so many different possibilities you can do to make it such a massive thing about cross-play leagues or PlayStation versus Xbox in a series. Like it is cool, man. And I'm kind of here for what they decide to do, because no matter what avenue they go down, it'll be interesting.
No, I think you've hit the nail on the head there, mate. I just hope, because at the moment, with these nice and good people in the community who set all these leagues up and make something of this game mode that we love so much, you've got pyramids that go this way because there's PC, there's Xbox, new gen, old gen, PlayStation, new gen, old gen. We just want that pyramid system where the cream rises to the top.
Yeah.
We don't have to say, Xbox community this, PlayStation community that. It's literally just one community. The best players are playing at that top level, and it's, you know what, it's a grind. And if you want to get better, you can go up to the top instead of saying, oh, PlayStation's behind Xbox because this, and this, or PC's ahead of Xbox because of this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
It just gets rid of all those conversations of it needs to be a skill level game. I just don't know why it's so far behind. We always use Rocket League as an example. Look at Rocket League. You've got your ranks on there. Deal with it. You're either good enough or you're not.
Yeah.
Always said it. Always said it. Dominic, I'm going to pause this only because there is, and you need to let me know if you can hear any sound as well. I want to pop this on, he says, as he loses the whole bloody thing. Bear with me as we go through technical problems. Oh, we do have a chat on here.
I don't even know what we're trying to do. So
it's not a worry. I'll find it in a second. We do have a question up though, Dominic. Dominic, do you want to try and answer that one? There we go. I knew it was somewhere.
Hi guys. Again, VOD. VOD. I keep hearing this word VOD.
We just answered it. Right, Dominic, let me know if you can hear this one. So yeah, 2 seconds. So you can see what's going on, can't you? Chill out. Right, Artsy. There's quite clearly something happening on the screen. It's not Pro Clubs.
Mate, actually, at the minute, there's nothing happening on the screen.
Well, I paused it as I'm answering Artsy's question.
Oh, yeah, it's
Artsy, right. No problem for streaming whatsoever. Our absolute pleasure. The VOD is 50-50 on Twitch, but 100% on YouTube. Sometimes
what does that mean?
I'll explain to you later, Domino. We don't budget right now. Just pretend you know what it is. But yeah, as soon as we click off today, you'll get the full VOD on our YouTube channel. But you have to subscribe first. Apparently, that's the thing you have to do. Even you knew that.
I'll probably do it anyway. I'll just be like, okay.
But VODs sometimes work, sometimes don't, and I can't control that. It's painful. Right. So what I was gonna say is this video. Did that come through?
The sound.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
do it again.
Fair enough.
I can't hear anything through my headphones, my friend. Ooh.
Right.
Did we make this?
No, we didn't. This is my favorite bit.
Oh my Jesus Christ. What is this? Why is this in the tabloids?
Bit quick there. If we're giving feedback, obviously.
I'm excited. I've never seen this.
I sent you it this morning, but...
Did you?
Yeah.
Mate.
And it's Taz. Taz is in the chat. This is Taz's video. And the last time I spoke to Taz, which was maybe about 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago, he was sat in a hot tub, Domino.
My guy, I was sitting there at a desk.
Yeah,
trying
I sent in the picture of me at my desk as well.
Mate, I was sitting there slogging away, trying to get some sales under the belt. And my guy's sitting in the hot tub producing this unreal content. Can we get Taz to do our videos? Because
Just all of them.
This is a little bit special, if I'm going to be honest with you.
This is how this. Do you know what? As soon as we jumped on today, I said that around social medias there was such a hype. And what do you expect when you release content like this?
Yeah,
like this got me hyped when he sent it. I mean, he sent it at like, Taz, I think you sent it quite late last night, and I was still up. It was maybe midnight over here, and getting hyped on my way to bed. Yeah, it's on socials if you want to go and watch it with sound. It's playing in my ear now, Domino. It's like proper like trancey stuff, mate. I'm getting pumped again. Getting pumped, and I've just seen the games it's promoting as well.
That's class.
Yeah, big fan, Taz. A really nice guy as well. If you're not following Taz, please do so. I've got rid of his thing now. That's it. But yeah, take it from me. And if you can't find his socials, you can go for our socials to go and find him. We did retweet that video. As you can probably imagine, it's that kind of content is very much us. Very, very up our alley. And Taz, I'm not sure how long you've been around for, but those games, hashtag spoiler. So if you do want to go back and watch them if you weren't around, I'll give you a chance to click off now, put me on mute. But it went to penalties. It was amazing. Speaking of which, missed penalty there. We're just chilling at the moment. I think we're done for the night. We're kicking back with some low mans. Times like these, to be fair, Domino, we should probably just jump on ourselves. But here watching Grant Ward 94 instead. He has no idea. I think that's the best thing about it. He has no idea we're watching him.
No, I like that. Get CPU header.
Taz, I went to the restaurant after the jacuzzi. Now you're just rubbing it in, mate. No, we're sat here slaving away.
I'm not gonna lie, Taz. 8ball was telling me about you and how much of a nice guy you are, and now you're flexing on me, and it makes me upset how nice your life seems compared to. I don't have no jacuzzi. Man's restaurant. What do we have? We had bangers and mash, and I don't know if you're familiar with bangers and mash in a different country, but it's a stonewaller in the diet of Domino.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, we had fish and chips, mate. How English can you get?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I hope you had a nice time at the restaurant.
Yeah, me too. Like, not too much of a good time, obviously, but like good time still.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Dominic? Should we go find someone else? Are you happy watching the rest of this low mans and then perhaps call it a night? Oh shit! I need to stop hitting my mic.
You clumsy ass hands. I'm super easy. I'm chilled. I'm cool with whatever. I think I've decompressed from those 3 legs enough now where I'm in a relaxed position where I can go to bed comfortably. All the nervous energy's out of my body. I've got over the disappointment, bless him, for Nui.
Yeah.
Got over the disappointment for them because, and like I said to you, actually, if we go back to the games, after they finished basically the final of the league, the last day of the league, and they lost that game with a bit of a lackluster performance. Just going forward, they couldn't create enough to get there. And I said to you, what would you rather do? Would you rather jump off or jump back in? And me and you both agreed, really. We'd jump back in straight away, play the next game. Now, looking at it, it might have been at a detriment to them to jump back in and be a little bit deflated. You might want to be like, right, boys, because it was almost instant, mate. It like we went off, and as soon as we came back on, they were playing, and we were like, literally. And because they had so much connection issues, I imagine getting that game from back to basics because we were waiting for so long. The timescales must have gone up for obviously the game to start.
Yeah.
With Juve now, if it was me, I'd prefer the extra time to kind of decompress. Sometimes I think for them it might have done them the world of good knowing the magnitude of that game. Because if you think about it, like running through your head, and this would be me, and if I was the loss, pulling out the cookie jar of emotions. If I just after we finished that game and we lost it, I'd be thinking, we've just played a 34 game season where we were this close the whole time to winning the league. And it was the worst thing is the fate was in our hands on the last game. We controlled the fate of if we win the league or lost the league. We're not relying on someone else to beat them while we do our job.
Yep.
It was on us to try and win it. And I think I'd sit back and I'd be like, 34 games. I wouldn't say it's wasted, but I'd like 34 games and we couldn't get it done. And it will take me a while to actually, because if Nui look back, if they actually look back on their title run, should I say, their league run, they've got nothing to feel ashamed of. Second place to a really good team with minimal losses.
Yeah.
How well they played, better goal difference, and if you actually break their season down, they had a really good season on the numbers alone, and they must have had some great times winning and great times playing it. So maybe they should have, switched the mentality and gone into it a different cycle because, they looked a little bit deflated in those two legs.
I mean, we touched on it in comms. It was a little bit like, well, would you rather finish that game series having been beaten 3-0 but had 10 shots and the opposition goalkeepers like kept them in the game, or would you rather just get beat the 1-0 but then have a game kind of how it ended for Nui where you didn't create that much on the stats board? Not necessarily, I think they played well.
Mm-hmm.
But there was just, I think at the end of that, maybe I had 1 or 2 shots in a game, like you said, Domino, where 34 game season, like you kind of almost owe it to yourself to go for it. And I think personally, they left it a little bit too late in a game of that magnitude. I think if you go down a goal, it's not something you can particularly sit back and just kind of wait for something to happen, because up until B2B scored that goal, it wasn't like they were creating chances left, right, and centre. If it was a bit like the Be Humble game and Lynx, like Lynx said, if you go and score, we'll then go and score again. And I think that was the difference in the mentality. And it could be B2B just being that strong team and just no matter what they did, unable to break them down. If that's the case, so be it. But I think the good thing about Lynx, and again, commiseration to Lynx as well, but I think they'll go to sleep tonight knowing fine well they chucked everything at that game series.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that they'll think of that straight away, but I think give them time and they'll be like, do you know what? We were never out of that game and we were inches close in winning that game twice on the penalties and in the last moments of the second game.
Yeah.
So it's a hard one to swallow, but I'm telling them they had nothing to be ashamed of in their performance. They played admirably, and it was just luck on their part. But all in all, mate, great night.
Yeah. Do you know what I was about to say? That I think for pro clubs in general, especially competitive pro clubs, and this channel, that night of pro clubs was a fantastic advert for competitive pro clubs. And essentially what we're trying to do on this channel is just bring it to the attention of as many people as possible. It doesn't matter if you play competitive or non-competitive pro clubs, doesn't matter if you play FIFA, doesn't matter if you don't play FIFA. We want people to see this channel and go, do you know what, 11v11 in a league where you get your own stats and your transfers, transfer value, potentially win money, contracts, iOS apps, all that good stuff. Like, we want people to be buzzing about that because that's what it deserves. So well, I think tonight we're one step closer. Even if we just put ourselves in front of 1 or 2 new people, they've now seen what it's all about. Hopefully VPG will get a couple more signups.
Yeah, mate.
And introduce people to the world of competitive pro clubs.
because it's a cool organization to be. What a save by the keeper. It's a cool organization to be a part of as players, which we're not, but we're just again fortunate enough that we've got the privilege to comment on games and, like I said, bring it to a wider audience of people, because all like the competitive players in these leagues watch our videos and they like our content, but it is getting out to that wider audience, that because it ultimately it looks easier than when you're actually playing. Like it does. You're like, yeah, well, I'll play FIFA on Legendary in career mode. Like, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could be fine in this. It's at this level, it's a different ball game completely. Not only on the pitch and actually playing the game of FIFA when you're playing against 11 other people and 10 other people on your team, but a lot of the mental side as well. You're meeting the most random people in a lobby, and you've got to kind of, even if you don't like them, same as a football team, kind of put your emotions aside and be like, right, we're going to get a job done on the pitch. And to be fair, one of the guys we touched upon in our channel about philosophies, and if you want to, like, how teams play and stuff, you've got to find your balance of where you want to play and where you want to feel comfortable. Because I think that's sometimes why people might be disengaged with it. They might have had a bad experience with one team that are a bit toxic. They might not be competitive. They might just be a pro clubs team that they just try and win leagues. They'll jump on with them and find them like either on like the Facebook links and stuff like that and be like, oh, cool, like, I'll jump on and see what it's about. And they'll get in the chat and it'll be nightmare. They're like, yeah, that's not for me. Like, it's not for me.
But that's the beauty of it. It's so close to kind of that real life football. Like, if you joined a new team in real life, you kind of have to go through the same stuff. Like, instead of being sat in a lobby, you'd be sat in the dressing room with a bunch of strangers, and it's no different. And I think that's the beauty of it, mate. And that's kind of why we love it, isn't it? I can't remember who we were talking about earlier. I don't know how to make it any more full screen than this, which is annoying. But there are some proper shoddy penalty decisions, and you'll see from the shock in our faces, some of these penalty decisions are absolutely abysmal. So yeah, if you need a laugh, if you need a bit more lightheartedness, go and check this short out, because it's been put in for your viewing pleasure, and I think our reactions to it are just bloody fantastic anyway. Domino, I reckon that's probably it from us tonight.
Mate, I am there. I am at Zen. We're cool. We're good. I'm happy with tonight's work. I'm happy with my emotional state jumping off this chat. And that's all we need to be before we can sign off.
That's all we can ask for. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Whether you've been here for an hour or a minute, it means a lot. You guys swinging by. Anyone who's put anything in the chat, anyone who's subbed or followed on Twitch tonight, thank you so much. Do stick around, because there's lots more to come from us. We're posting stuff several times a week. We're always active on socials, always bringing you hot gossip from the pro clubs world. So yeah, do stick around and do come and say hi, whatever format that may be in. And yeah, we'll keep doing our best to bring you all the stuff that's going on in pro clubs / competitive pro clubs.
Guys, yeah, like Abel said, appreciate everyone jumping in the comments, jumping on the stream. We're just happy we're here. Got some games under the belt, and they were great games. So if it does post, go back and watch it, mate. Some of the games were unreal. But yeah, appreciate all the love and support, especially some of the nice comments about the content we're doing. It means a lot, guys. Yeah, appreciate it.
Awesome. Yeah, mirror what Dom said. Any nice comments, definitely send them our way. Any areas for improvement, you send those straight to Dom. I'll put his personal email and phone number in the chat. But no, if you do want to watch this back, I think it generally gets posted to YouTube, our live section, as soon as we close this down. Twitch VODs are 50-50. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. We'll check that out as well, and direct people from Twitch over to our YouTube channel, but the condition is that you have to subscribe first.
Yeah, obviously it comes with conditions.
Awesome. Right, guys, until next time. Dom, we've got some videos coming out this week, haven't we?
Yes, we do, my friend. Yes, we do.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for those bad boys. And yeah, until next time, yeah, we need to get back and do another live stream because that was good fun.
Mate, that was decent. That was decent. Much appreciated, 8 Ball.
Right,
Audience
yeah,
at home.
all good.
I'll see you in a bit.
Cheerio, guys.